Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we've navigated our way here to a Tuesday. Schleg Day, buddy. Ryan Hawk Day, Uncle Beau Day, all kinds of good stuff going on, man.
Oh, it's a huge day. Huge with that soft H. Pretty excited, Bean.
Possibly a Y.
Ready to rock here?
Huge.
Oh, yeah. This is pretty big for us. Ready to go. I'm excited. How was your Monday, the kickoff to the first day, kind of coming off the mini vacation-esque time, that long 4th of July weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I worked on Friday, so I mean, it was a regular weekend for me, but it did feel like it was extended. I kind of had the brain fog a little bit yesterday.
Oh, I mean,
to shake off some of the cobwebs.
I mean, I worked on Thursday, but it felt like, I was half.
Well, we said last week it wasn't a real week.
It really
wasn't. It wasn't.
I was half in the bag on Thursday morning here, being, started off, you had Red, White, and Boom on Wednesday night, municipal fireworks, 4th of July, Thursday. Friday was just a continuation of the party. Saturday's like, why not? I saw some people yesterday who I knew got after it pretty good drinking at the pool, and I was utterly amazed. Like, you want me to get you something? I'm like, no,
I'm going to take a little bit of a break, I think.
I'm not going to touch anything today. I didn't drink it all yesterday, and God willing, I'm not going to drink on Tuesday. I need to get my life back together.
Throw it in a neutral.
Just downshift a little bit. Daddy's got to get a little flavor and relax. And then I wanted to watch House of the Dragon last night.
Okay, Hot D.
Yeah, why not? I've heard it was pretty good.
Yep, we watched it last night. After we talked to Schleg, so we
that was my goal.
Yeah.
But Courtney had to go pick up McLean. All her friends, she was running carpool for lacrosse after the swimming. I'm like, okay, she'll get back. About 8:30, we'll throw it on. Practice ended at 8. Didn't come back. I started reading with Caleb. Next thing you know, I'm like, it's 8:45. I was exhausted. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? At 8:50, she still wasn't there. I'm like, I'm not staying up till 10 to watch this thing.
Not doing it.
And I just went to sleep.
Perfect.
It was, honestly, I wanted to just sleep longer this morning.
Oh, dude, me too.
But I actually feel pretty good. I'm in a good spot about that.
I did too. I wanted to hit that snooze button so bad. So bad. William got up like 12:45 last night, just screaming. I don't know what was going on with him. He's had a little bit of like a summer cold. Anytime he visits his cousins and his cousins are in daycare, like he gets sick immediately. So I mean, he's got like a nasty cough going on. He's got snot running down his face, all kinds of good stuff. And he last night we put him to bed. He was just fine. We were having a good time yesterday. Really didn't do much. I mean, it was pretty darn hot outside. So Mare went to the pool while we were hanging out, taking a nap, and then during nap time. And then, it really didn't do much, but he got up last night, Bob. I'm telling you, it was like 12:30, 12:45, and he was just screaming. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Plopped the passy back in, watched him for a second, then he was fine. Like, everything was all good. But, yeah, it was a interesting situation. That hasn't happened in a long time, I feel like, where he's gotten up and he's just been yelling through the roof.
Been an angry elf?
Yeah. Like, usually he gets up, loses his passy. Sometimes it's like he's just making noise in his crib. So I don't know what was going on, man. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. I did watch the Hot D, and it was very good. You'll enjoy it.
That's good.
Yep, you'll enjoy it. No spoiler alerts for sure.
I appreciate it, Beam. I needed the only thing I didn't need spoiled was my sleep yesterday.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you got a what was that, like a full 8 hours then? Probably not quite 8, but maybe like 7.5, 8. Yeah, I know you got to be feeling good. That's great. Joe Burrow's got a unique way to fix the NFL's additional bye week if they go to 18 games. We'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. He did a big interview on Part of My Take, so we'll not take a listen to that, but go over some of the things that he was talking about. Schlegs, we talked to him last night. He's going to recall his first time meeting Ryan Hawk, and then the man himself, Ryan Hawk, he is going to join the program coming up here in studio at around 7:20-ish this morning. He's going to hang out with us for a couple of segments, Bob. Host of the Learning Leader Show, author of Welcome to Management, The Pursuit of Excellence, and The Score That Matters. That one just coming out in 2024 with Brooke Cups as well. So he's going to join the program. Ryan Hawk is, again, around 7:20-ish, a little bit later on here this morning. We'll re-listen to Schlegs around 8:05. And then, of course, Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every Tuesday, coming up here at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Tuesday, the 9th day of July, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bob, what do you got lined up for us this big Tuesday, buddy?
Oh boy, Beam. It is Tuesday, July 9th, the 191st day of the year, 175. Remaining in that bank. Look at that, dude. Remember when we were about like 8 days away from flipping that? I mean, now we're like...
Time warp now, man.
It is, dude. We're running the other way.
A couple of days away from Shark's birthday, too.
Oh, yeah. He'll be gone.
Big one on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. He'll be here. Celebrating the following week.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. This date, 1776. As per George Washington, the Declaration of Independence is read aloud to the Continental Army, Beam. Got to fire the folks up sometimes. Give them a little reason to know what they're fighting for.
Was there audio of that, Shark? Were we able to pull that?
Yeah, that's it. Did you get that?
Didn't find that. Sorry,
Okay.
Beam.
That's unfortunate. Sorry they didn't. The YouTube must not have filmed that for us. This day, 1850, President Zachary Taylor dies from cholera after eating some raw fruit and iced milk. Millard Fillmore assumes the role of president. This day, 1868, the passing of the 14th Amendment that is ratified by the states, pushing it into effect. That's for all black people in the United States, giving them the right to vote. Following the post-Civil War. This date, 1877, the inaugural Wimbledon Championships begin. Shark, they only had one category back then.
Men's
Singles. There you go. Good job. I figured you'd get that, Shark. This date, 1893, Daniel Hill Williams, the first real heart surgeon out there, performs the first successful open heart surgery.
Nice.
It's not nice for the person involved because they did it without anesthesia, Beam. Yeah. How's that feel for you?
Never mind. I take my comment back.
Wasn't nice to them. This day, 1914, Babe Ruth's minor league contract is bought by the Red Sox from the Orioles. Did you know that, Shark?
I did. The Baltimore Orioles were a minor league team long before the St. Louis Browns moved there. And, of course, Babe was from Baltimore, grew up in downtown Baltimore.
It's part of the wire, you think?
I don't think so.
There's been points throughout the last 20 years where I think the Baltimore Orioles were a minor league team again, Shark.
Kind of. Not anymore.
Not anymore. They're back.
Trust the process.
Yeah, they're back.
Trust the process. This date, 1922, Johnny Weissmuller swims the 100-meter free in a time of 58.6 seconds, breaking the 1 minute barrier and actually shattering it right there. First time that had ever been done. This date, 1932, Tim Hall's favorite team, one of them, the Washington Redskins, were formed. About, I don't know, Shark, 90 years later, the Washington Commanders were formed.
Oh, no. Don't forget the illustrious history of the Washington football team.
Long may they reign,
Yeah.
man. Long may they reign.
Let's just bring that name back. I like just the football team.
The football club.
That's great.
1944, American forces take Saipan in the Pacific. That was critical, Shark. Do you know why?
Why was it critical that they took Saipan? I don't know.
That put the B-59s in distance of being able to take off from there and hit mainland Japan.
Nice.
So upon that, it was pretty much the boa constrictor was on at that point.
B-58s had some good hits too.
They did. This date, 1963, Willie Mays named All-Star MVP. How about that? And then in 1966, Jack. Was that his first British Open?
Oh, first British Open victory?
Yes.
Was it at Muirfield?
They hadn't built Muirfield yet, Charlie. I'm joking.
Was 66 Muirfield?
Hey, good job, Bob.
I don't know.
If 66 was Muirfield, that was his first.
It was.
Okay.
Muirfield.
Well, no wonder he named it after it up there.
That's right.
Yep.
That's why you named, was it New Moscow over east?
Yeah.
And Beam's going to Warsaw.
Right south of Warsaw.
And then this date, 1991, Cal Ripken Jr. is named the All-Star Game MVP.
And the batter, Ripken.
I wonder how many times Cal Ripken Jr. has faced his former teammate. The answer, none. First time.
Talking about Dennis Martinez. 2 on, 1 out. He hammered that one, and Gwynn's on the run. On the run. Forget it.
Is that Tony Gwynn he was talking about on the run?
It was. Playing center field in the All-Star game.
There you go. This date, 1819, Elias Howe is born, the inventor of the sewing machine. Donald Rumsfeld, the 13th Secretary of Defense, born on this date, 1932. Sharks guy, born on this date, 1947. NFL Hall of Famer, Heisman Trophy winner, O.J. Simpson.
Watch O.J. Simpson, number 1 halfback, demonstrate a really close shave.
I'll shave one side with the leading double-edged blade. The other side with the Schick Flex-O-Matic. Now let's see if my wife Marguerite could feel any difference.
I can't tell. Both sides feel the same.
That's why I switched to the Schick Flex-O-Matic some time ago. The shave feels blade close because the head is thin, and it's comfortable because it flexes. You ought to switch to the Schick Flex-O-Matic, the electric that feels blade close.
I wasn't expecting a razor commercial.
Dude, he was.
I know, but I wasn't expecting it.
I was trying to explain that to Maddie when O.J. Simpson Made in America. You need to watch this and understand how big of a public icon he was.
Yeah.
And the irony of putting a blade close to your neck, meme.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, it wasn't lost on me, Coach.
Thank you, Shark, for putting that together for us. Kelly McGillis, Top Gun, turning 67 years old.
My review of your flight performance in the past was right on in my professional opinion.
I can't hear you. And you think I'm reckless? When I fly, I'll have you know that my crew and my plane come first.
Well, I'm going to finish my sentence, Lieutenant. My review of your flight performance was right on.
Is that right?
That is right.
But I held something back. I see some real genius in your flying, Maverick, but I can't say that in there. I was afraid that everyone in that tax trailer would see right through me. And I just don't want anyone to know that I've fallen for you.
I'm glad you got that. That was the one I had in mind, Shark. One of my favorites. Well done with you on that, sir. Turning 67. James Kerr, the lead singer of Simple Minds, sang Don't You Beam, turning 65 today. Mark Stoops, turning 57, and Kentucky head coach, Youngstown native, Trent Green, Hoosiers quarterback, probably the best quarterback they've had, turning 54, and I somehow passed him up, Shark. Tom Hanks, turning 68 years young today.
Wilson, where are you? Wilson! I'm coming! Wilson! Wilson! I'm sorry! Wilson, I'm sorry! Wilson!
Did a great job getting you to believe in that little
volleyball. That was a sad scene.
It really was.
Lost his best friend. Guy had been through a lot with him.
Absolutely. As I mentioned before, the passing of Zachary Taylor. Shark, what president was he?
Zachary Taylor. Oh, Bob, I'm going to say it went Harrison, Tyler, Pierce, Taylor. I think we're going to go like number 13. Final answer.
Harrison was what number?
Harrison was 9, 10, 11. Number 12. Final answer.
You walked into it, and then you couldn't count. I was like, you nailed it. And then you threw out a 13 for me. Good job, Shark. Passing away in 1850. Ross Perot, presidential candidate, passing away in 2019. Holidays and observances. It is Chick-fil-A Cow Appreciation Day. How about that? Fashion Day, International Sister Cities Day, National Don't Put All Your Eggs in One Omelet Day, No Bra Day, Sharks. That's a big one for you. Mm-hmm. You and Jan have a good one. And National Sugar Cookie Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, July 9th. the 191st day of the year, and a mere 175 days remaining in this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob. As always, Joe Burrow's got a unique way to fix the NFL's additional bye week if they do indeed go to 18 games. We'll get into that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching a few ramp closures because of a crash. The ramps from 270 westbound to 315 southbound, along with 23 north and southbound to 315 are completely shut down right now because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. You can continue on to 270 westbound, flip around at Sawmill Road to get back to 270 eastbound, and that will get you back in that ramp of 315 southbound. Right now, there's no estimated timeline for when this will clear up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Choice Cabinet. There's no middleman when you deal direct with Choice Cabinet. Save up to 75% off MSRP. ChoiceCabinet.com.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here. Do you ever find yourself just accepting things the way they are? It is what it is, right? Well, that was me before I met my Awaken 180 coach. It wasn't only about the number on the scale. It was about reigniting goals I'd shelved, thinking they were out of reach. We sat down, and she didn't just talk numbers. She helped me uncover real goals, personal goals. Looking back at what those were, I've had a really solid lineup of victories. Sleeping through the night like a baby? Check. Playing a round of golf without nagging back pain the next day? Check. Desire to be more active? You bet. That's a check. And okay, yes. Dropping a whopping 50 pounds, that deserves a loud and proud double check. Change your perspectives from what ifs to what's next. Pull up awaken180weightloss.com on your phone or computer. Select the day and time that works for you, and boom, the first step is done. Uncover your goals, then reach them with the solution for weight loss. It's online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tired of waiting for your auto service to be completed at the dealership? Hi, this is Justin Hinderer with the Hinderer Motor Company. Let our experienced factory-trained technicians come to you in our mobile service truck. 90% of all repairs can be done at your home or office. Brakes, recalls, maintenance, it can all be done on your terms when you need us with our mobile service truck. Go to HindererMotorCompany.com and schedule mobile service today. That's HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Illegal migrants are pouring into our country and getting free government handouts that we pay for. Senator Sherrod Brown voted for President Biden's plan to give illegals our tax dollars, including COVID checks. Brown even voted to give them Social Security benefits for work done illegally and free health care to illegals granted amnesty. Senator Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities that release dangerous, illegal immigrant criminals onto our streets. And Brown voted to give amnesty to over 11 million illegals. illegals, including those convicted of aggravated assault, drunk driving, and child abuse. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S3578, the Protect Medicaid Act, and start voting against illegal immigrants and for Ohio families. Ohio needs cheaper gas, food, and housing, not handouts to illegals who don't play by the rules. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy today. We'll have a lot of clouds along with a few late day showers. Highs in the middle to upper 80s. Today we get down to 70 with periods of rain and wind. And then heading into your Wednesday, we'll be looking at more rain and wind with a high of 82. I'm meteorologist Dylan Rubshod with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 6:35, Anthony Schlegel, he's going to join the program. I had a chance to talk to him last night. He was all kinds of fired up. So that's coming up here in our next segment. But before we do that, Bob, why don't you give me a number here?
Let's say
something for the early birds.
Yeah, why not? Let's say number 5.
Caller number 5 right now. 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You call in, and if you're caller number 5, you're going to get a family 4-pack of tickets at the Cardale Jones charity softball game on Saturday, July 20th, over at Huntington Ballpark. That is not this Saturday. That is next Saturday. It is current Ohio State football players against former Ohio State football players. And if you aren't the winner, don't worry. Tickets can be purchased for $10 at BuckeyeCruise.com. Caller number 5 right now, 614-821-9710. You get into Shark. You talk to him. You're going to be walking away with a 4-pack of tickets, again, to go see the Cardale Jones Celebrity Softball game over at Huntington Ballpark next Saturday on July 20th. I watched a good bit of the Joe Burrow interview yesterday he did with Pardon My Take, and it was solid, really good. Joe doesn't speak that much, Bob, outside of media availability. He was talking a little bit about his Paris Fashion Week. He's like, I wanted to I wanted to get out of my bubble. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And they asked him about the open back suit that he was wearing, like the suit jacket. And Joe's like, I didn't know what I was wearing before I got there. And they literally, like 10 minutes before I took to the runway, they're like, hey, this is what you're going to wear, a suit jacket that's going to have no back on it. He's like, all right, great. He goes, it's very in now. He goes, that's what I'm just wearing the rest of the summer. Open back suit jackets.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a look. I mean, you better make sure that you've been getting a swole back, Beam, if that's the case. Like, if you're going to open it up for the world to see, you better make sure what you're showing them is something impressive.
No doubt, man.
And, I mean, Joe's worked hard. I mean, he's gotten bulked up. When he got here, he was a skinny little noodle-armed dude, and now he looks like a full-on man. So good for him. I mean, I might have to look into that.
Open back?
The open back. I mean, that sounds good. The only problem is, like, if you sit in a leather chair, you're probably going to get a little stickage to that. That might not be great.
No, yeah, especially in the summer, too. I mean, 95 degrees outside. What are we talking about? You don't want to stick to that. It was interesting. I mean, they were just throwing around ideas, as they usually do if you listen to that podcast. And they were talking about the potential of an 18-game schedule. And I don't think, Bob, that that's just a potential. I think that that's going to happen sooner rather than later. When we talked to Albert Breer on Thursdays at 8:05 of the MMQB, he's long said that that's going to be the case, right? But how do they adjust the schedule? Where are they going to go? Are you retaking Labor Day? Are you going to go into President's Day? But ultimately, what do you do with that second bye? Because the inventory starts to get pretty low, right? I mean, we know there are some weeks in the NFL when there are, 4-6 teams on bye. Like, sometimes the slate isn't that great. No, you have to think about then doubling that up with 2 bye weeks, and the inventory may not be the best.
Or you could double it up, Beam, and put All-Star Weekend in there.
That's what Joe was talking about, and he was talking about on the podcast, Pardon My Take. He said that if the NFL goes to 18 games, he goes, well, there has to be 2 bye weeks. And I'm in agreement with Joe and everybody in the line of thinking with that. He suggests one of the bye weeks should be, and he was just saying, he goes, I don't know, pick a week, like around week 13 or whatever it is for the entire NFL, with Pro Bowl festivities that week, similar to the NBA's All-Star Weekend, Burrow believes that this would boost ratings for the Pro Bowl, and he said adding an additional bye week and an extra game, the Super Bowl would fall on the Sunday before President's Day, giving most of the country off before the biggest game of the year. It's not the worst idea that has ever been had. I mean, think, Bob, that first weekend of the college football playoff, so what is that, the 20th and 21st of December? Shut that down. There's going to be, a few weeks left to go in the regular season at that point. Everybody's got a month left to go. In that situation, then you're going to be like all gas, no brakes, or you could go even the beginning of December, where traditionally you're getting into the last 5-6 games of the year. Shut it down then. But that way, every team has the same weekend to kind of reset. And then those guys who are playing in the Pro Bowl skills competition, we know they're not playing a football game anymore. So, I mean, it's not going to be.
I'm curious if guys will want to do that, though. That's the only thing. You would have to make sure, if you're going to do that you're getting optimal buy-in, which I think could be the case, but there would have to be a commitment from everybody saying, hey, this isn't just a vacation. You guys that get nominated to do this, you need to be out here and you need to be competing. That needs to be somehow worked into their contracts. I'm not sure exactly how you structure that, but that needs to be part of it.
Just think of all the guys who are missing the Pro Bowl every year.
That's my point. You just have... But that was when it was at the end of the season, it's just different
week right smack dab in between conference championship week and then the Super Bowl.
I mean, physically, your body's going to be beat up too. Do you really want to challenge it like that and risk pulling a hamstring in some of these races or getting hurt doing something else? That's the problem inherently with football. It's tough to recreate something that people actually want to watch that won't get you injured during the process.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what you're going to do with the Pro Bowl. You say the skills competition, but I will say that a full-on NFL bye week is actually a pretty good idea. Resetting it for however many games you're going to have after that, whether it be 4, 5, 6 games remaining in the season, Bobby. Just shut it down. All right, we're going to be good. Everybody gets this week off, and then it's going to be a dead sprint to the finish. Yeah. I'd be okay with that if they're going to go to 18 games.
I think that's all right. And people just got to make sure, like I said, everybody's bought in. You figure this whole thing out. I'm not opposed. This plan, the double bye and making sure you're getting to where you want to go, I think that's all good, all well and good. But Beam, what I want to tell you here, if you got arthritic pain keeping you from doing the things you love, bone on bone pain, knees, hip, back, shoulder, hey, listen, there are new cellular therapies that can get you long-lasting relief. That's QC Kinetics. They're helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, and they're led by Medical Director Dr. Ray Tesner. My dad and I went in there a couple of years ago. I feel really good. It helped him out a ton on our knees, but it's for more than that, shoulders, hips, everything else. I'm talking about your own body's healing properties so you can get moving again. They've helped tens of thousands of people throughout the country. There's no surgery. There's no pain pills. You don't have to worry about that long downtime. It's not your only option. It can give you long-term relief at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team of medical professionals at QC are ready to help you and get your life back with regenerative, restorative cellular treatments for your achy joints. So it's going to be great. This is the future of medicine. Learn more at qckinetics.com/Columbus or 380-208-4544. They've got offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and now recently opened in Grove City.
Congratulations to Mike as well from Reynoldsburg. He's the winner of the Cardale Jones softball game tickets coming up here next Saturday, July 20th over at Huntington Ballpark. Schleg's going to recall his first time meeting Ryan Hawk with us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, the ramps from 270 westbound to 315 southbound and 23 north and southbound to 315 are completely shut down on the north side of town. Crews are working to clear up a crash over there. Meantime, you can use I-270 westbound, flip around at Sawmill Road to I-270 eastbound. That will get you back in that southbound 315 ramp for now. No estimated timeline for when this will clear up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted best credit union for the past 6 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep, too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all taking place this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet at Vendor Midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guys.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, two windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window."
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
BreezeLine's fiber-powered home internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you could trust. With a price lock guarantee, no contracts, and free equipment, you can't beat this amazing deal. Protection against cyber threats and no annoying data caps means you'll never have to think about your internet again. And now you can bundle and save when you add BreezeLine Mobile, with plans starting as low as $12.50 per month per line. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Limited time offer. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Schmidt's Cardale Jones Celebrity Softball Game is coming. Why picnic when you can Schmidtnick? And it's presented by Monogram Homes. Saturday, July 20th, 6:30 at Huntington Park. Current players versus the former Ohio State players. Former players going to be included. Cardale Jones, who is the captain, his buddy Tyvis Powell, Devere Posey, you can hear on 97.1 The Fan, James Laurinaitis, Boom Heron. They'll be playing against current players Emeka Ibuka, the captain, Jack Sawyer, who was just on with us last week, Will Howard, Devin Brown, JT Tuimoloau. Tickets, they're only $10, folks. Family-friendly event. Come down, interact with the Buckeyes, and support the Buckeye Cruise. Tickets are available at buckeyecruise.com.
Schleg Day.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
And now's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Check with our good friend Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's going on? How was your 4th?
Happy Tuesday, Columbus. How was my 4th? It was amazing. How was your 4th?
It's great. Bob kept all of his fingers and toes, so that was pretty solid. Almost got impaled by a tree, but it was good.
You almost got impaled by a tree?
Well, you'll love this. We're down in Portsmouth. We had a little house on the river there. There's some water, winds came through, knocked down some trees, took out one of our boat slips. And so it had been sitting down there. My in-laws got a lot of it out, but I had to get rid of some of the rest. And so there was a lot of debris. And there was one tree that was broke in, it was about probably 40, 50 feet tall, broke in half. It was like a tripod, like half of it was in the water, probably 20 feet up, and it was still connected. And so there was a utility.
Antonio home style.
Basically. And there was the dock was to the left. There's a utility pole there. Didn't want to hit it. So I wedged it out so it'd fall to the right. And I wedged the heck out of it, thought it'd be good. Well, I'm cut through. I'm like, there's no way this thing should be where it's at. It should have snapped off and fallen. And two of the guys who are coming in to hang out from the boat dock come over, see it. They're all right. Let's give it a couple pushes. So we start pushing it from the back. You hear it breaking. Well, it was like jackknifed. It was leaning in. As it breaks, then it rides back up the slope of. I mean, it was a steep slope too. Rode back up the back side of that thing. And I got out of there to the left. Other dude got out of there to the left too. Maybe to the right. I don't know. He fell down, but he was good. The guy in the middle, he took one step to the left. The whole trunk fell to the left side and the other part fell to the right. There was probably a hole the size of a doorway that he was standing on that he was good. So Buckeyes.
Hey, Buckeyes, man, charge up to win. Hey, America, let's go. Just guys being dudes helping other dudes, you know what I mean? And one could have potentially died, but I mean, charge up to winning.
And he would have been the worst because he was actually a fireman and a paramedic, so probably couldn't administer anything to himself. But
he could tell you what to do, maybe.
Yeah, but not if he was knocked out and had a tree on his face. That would have been hard to communicate. What did you do for the 4th, Schlegs? I mean, what were we doing down in Florida to celebrate our nation's birthday?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
I went over to somebody's house. Friend of Faith and Aaron and Danielle, and they made barbecue and we swam, and then I went to bed. You didn't see any fireworks? That's not a thing? Well, I've seen fireworks. We have neighborhood fireworks, and I sat out there. Florida's different. You have fireworks right next to you. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's setting off fireworks, like literally in the complex. So I don't need to go see a show. I got my own show just right there. And I got to see my neighbor. I haven't seen my neighbor, Frank, in quite some time. And just sat on the patio, just listening to all the fireworks going off, drinking some beers and talking shop. That was way more up my alley than sitting out there and just watching other fireworks. It was great. I got to see a lot of people. There's a lot of baseball. I got to spend a lot of time with the family, recharge my battery, still work the entire time, which is what I do. And, it was great. So now we're back. We're attacking and dominating, and life is good. Buckeyes, baby. Go Bucks, be cancer.
We were talking about it on yesterday's show because here around 7:20 this morning, AJ's brother Ryan's coming in studio with us for a couple segments. What's your first recollection and meeting of one Mr. Ryan Hawk?
Oh, I think my very first encounter with Ryan Hawk had something to do with BW3s, Bud Heavies, and parallel parking. And Bud Heavies happened after the fact. But when I got there, 100%. But people just don't know how to have a parking space. When you parallel park, you have to stay in between the lines that you parallel park. You just can't take up 3 spots or 2 spots for that matter. I nudged them. I did a great job backing in. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to create some room here. I don't think it's going to matter. I just nudged them up into their parking. I helped them park appropriately with that. And then we went inside and I probably ate about 30 buffalo wings with ranch. It was probably quite disgusting, disgusting display of food consumption with ranch and wings and some Bud Heavies. And probably Ryan, the good thing was Ryan only had to drive us back to AJ's house, which is 3 minutes away. And I did such a great job of parking that we had plenty of room to get out of there. So great experience. Ryan's phenomenal. has the leadership podcast. He does a great job on that. Yeah, just a great dude, man. Ryan Hawk, man.
I remember him saying he actually lost his appetite and was just so enthralled watching you take the ranch because Schlegel had like a bowl. He did a full submersible, like submarine style with each wing.
Well, I mean, the bones are in, you know what I mean? So when you're going to like dip that wing in there, and I'm not talking about the nugget ones, right? Like the leg. I'm talking about the wing portion. You got to dunk them all the way in and just stick it in your gullet and just slurp it out, you know, just the meat right off the bones. I didn't have to break any bones. Suck them right out of there, you know, like, what's that? What's that movie?
Legs, that's right.
Oh, man. No, like before Hawk Tui was, you know, golf ball through a garden hose. Name that movie.
Oh, my God. What is that from?
Basketball.
Oh, gosh, that's right. Basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still said with somebody with that at the shop earlier today when I was seeing the Barrel Boys when I went up there. Just checking on the shop. But, yeah, I mean, listen, there's only one way. It's just like Oreo cookies. You're going all in. You got to go all in. And back then when I was 255, 260 pounds, I 100% was all in. Now, my diet was obviously off, and I needed some guidance there. But I just figured eat big, sleep big, train big. It was all good, and it necessarily wasn't. So,
I mean, that's pretty amazing. Like, because you would do the full dunk of the Oreo. And if I remember,
full dunk of the wing, full dunk of the Oreo, full dunk of the wing, everything, all gas, no brakes, full throttle. It's been my life. It's like I don't have a life motto. It's just what I do.
Yeah, full submersion of your waffle / pancake.
Oh my gosh. Why? Why would you not? Like, if you're going to have condiments, just like ketchup and salsa, if you're going to have condiments out there, all in. You know what I mean?
Whatever you're eating is almost just a vehicle of the condiment, which is what's very impressive about you. But your Oreo technique, it always stuck with me as I watched you because you started using the tongs because your fingers would get so cold because you would take the Oreo bean, he would dunk it, crack it. Two at a time, crack them for maximum absorption, and then he would not displace them until there were no more bubbles coming up.
Yeah, that's right. Full milk saturation is what I called it.
Physics?
Yeah, it was sort of, you know. I did go to the Air Force Academy for, you know, the prep school and the academy. So 2.5 years at a really decorated academia, right, educational center. Took a lot of aeronautical engineering, mechanics, junior level German, Spreche Deutsch, 9. Okay. But, you know, and then I went to salad tongs, which I was like, oh, this is great. 2 at a time. You know, I can do an entire bag in half the time, right? I'm all about efficiency, especially when it comes to consuming calories, you know? So, hey, just like that too. Hey, I want to tell you guys something. I did this just happened on my airplane flight back here in Columbus, Ohio.
Airplane ready? Airplane ready?
I was out. Listen, God bless these people who sat next to me on the flight up from Palm Beach, West Palm to Atlanta. I just come straight off of 95-degree heat, sitting there watching baseball. Had to go right to the airport. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm just sitting over there in the driver's seat, just like literally putting baby wipes like down my pants. Like, listen, man, I feel bad for these people. I'm just trying to freshen up. You know what I mean? And but I get on there and I'm in the bathroom and I changed my underwear, you know, and I had flip flops on. So then I went to socks and shoes because nobody wants to smell that or see that or whatever. And I showered too that morning, by the way, just to like be fresh as much as I could be. And then I get in there and I'm just sandwiched between these two people. And I'm like, you know.
Your middle seat?
Oh, yeah, middle seat. But like, you know, I know you're supposed to put the bag underneath the seat in front of you. And I get that. And I'm definitely not a person that puts both of my bags up. Okay. So what I do is I just hide it under my legs. I was fortunate enough to I had a dude to my left and a young lady to my right. But I respect people's space, but I just sit there. And I don't know if the seats have gotten smaller or I've gotten bigger. I don't know what, but it was quite uncomfortable. And at least I had the Wi-Fi on the Delta, and I couldn't do work. I thought I was going to get on there and be able to do some work for the Armory because I'm going to do this thing, train like a Buckeye, buy a Buckeye, right? Like literally
ride a Buckeye.
Me and 20 other people, like getting super bumpy at the Armory 3 days a week. I'm like full throttle. We're competing. We're training our faces off. I'm probably going to start it in 2 weeks on the 22nd is my thought. I don't know. Stay tuned to the social media where you get your content. But I'm going to launch that, and we're going to get bumpy, man. It's going to be like Buckeyes go to camp, you're coming to Camp Schlegels at the Armory. If that's what you're about, you want about that life, you want to see if you got what it takes, then we're going to get super bumpy. So
that's scary.
I'm only taking 21 people. So I got 7 racks. So 3 to a rack. And me and Jay and Dean are going to attack and dominate. You guys are going to have a blast. It'll be super fun. You'll get maximized.
Will they get a back slap?
I mean, honestly, we have a waiver for the gym. I'm going to create a special waiver for this one. Now, again, I'm very good about where people are because I don't need everybody to come in shape to it. We're going to make sure that you get through it, but it's ultimately about maximizing you and understanding what it is and how we do what we do at the collegiate and professional level. So it'll be super fun. I'm talking everything, man. Speed, change of direction, plyometrics, super bumpy training. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Are we competing there? Are you kidding me? We're competing for sure against you and against somebody else. So we're going to have it on the board. And it's going to, again, you know me, guys. It'll be super fun, super juiced up environment. Look for that coming on the 22nd at the Armory. If that's something that you're about, you think that'd be cool, hit me up on social media or info@wearethearmory, and I'll get you all the information.
I love it, buddy. Always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for
having me. You're more than welcome to hop in, too. Oh, you'll be doing the show. You come after. You can come for the after class.
I'll come
Just
for
you and me.
I'll come for the cool down.
You come for the cool down. The stretching. You come for the stretching and mobility work.
It'll probably kill me, too. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Can't wait to hear about it more next week. We'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, tag and dominate. Go Bucks, beat cancer.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. NIL is a pretty darn powerful thing. We'll get into that in quick hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, the ramp from 270 westbound to 315 southbound is closed because of a crash. Crews have also shut down the ramps from 23 north and southbound to 315 entirely. To get around this, you can continue on to 270 westbound, flip around at the Sawmill Road exit to those eastbound lanes of I-270. That will get you back onto 315 southbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina, your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Bath Authority. You spend a ton of time in your bathroom, and if you're trying to ignore your old, outdated bath or shower or that mold and mildew along with the broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. And all Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA, and they can be installed in as little as 1 day by certified factory technicians. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Chaps. After my initial consultation with Awaken 180 Weight Loss, I had one thought in mind. I could do this. After my first week losing 7 pounds, I thought, I'm doing this. Every week, I found myself sticking to my plan and continuing to lose weight. Why? Because Awaken 180 is doable, a simple term with a whole lot of meaning. If you've tried to lose weight in the past, you know what I mean. Either it was too time-consuming, too confusing, or maybe you weren't eating enough. All valid reasons, all of which are put to bed with Awaken 180. By now, you probably know someone who's lost weight with Awaken 180. Ask them. I'd bet one of their first things they would say is the program is doable. Maybe their word would be easy or realistic, but they all mean doable just the same. If your goal is to lose weight and you want a program that makes sense, do what I did and call Awaken 180 Weight Loss. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Or reserve your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
Sunday is the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, Listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and DeVere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Tired of rising food prices? Start saving with deals for days at Giant Eagle and Market District. Enjoy low prices on more than 1,000 of your go-to grocery items store-wide. Dive into deals for a limited time at your local Giant Eagle and Market District.
At UDF, our made-from-scratch peach ice cream is back with a bonus. When you buy 3 48-ounce cartons, you can quickly stack an extra 20 cents a gallon in gas savings. UDF peach ice cream, made for you. While supplies last with an opted-in UDrive account.
Attention aspiring media stars. Are you ready to take your talent to the next level? Register for your chance to win the Be On Air Summer Slam contest. This is your chance to showcase your skills in a thrilling 30-second live script challenge. Visit now at studiocontest.com to secure your spot and compete for amazing prizes, including a 4-hour studio session, Shure MV7 microphone, and Audio-Technica M20X headphones. Don't miss out on this dynamic event. Be On Air Summer Slam contest, where talent meets opportunity. Visit studiocontest.com and sign up today.
Lowe's knows owning a project means owning the right tools. And during Craftsman Days, you can save big on what you need from a brand you trust. Get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of the V20 string trimmer or leaf blower for only $99. Find these savings and more today. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/10 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Progressive knows when you own a boat, life on land is a tough sell.
Come on down to Land, where you can do things like clean your gutters, pay tolls, and even get the wrong thing you ordered. We got it all. Potholes, people talking at the movies, and don't forget about flat tires when it's raining. It's Land.
Life on a boat is way more relaxing, so customize your coverage with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. And relax, knowing you got the coverage you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, #1 rating based on 2022 boat market share data from ratefilings.com. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, mostly cloudy, high 89. We'll have plenty of clouds out there and even a few late day showers. Tonight, we get down to around 70, and then heading into your Wednesday, we'll be looking at the remnants of Hurricane Beryl moving into central Ohio. Could be looking at over an inch of rain. Temperatures will be on the cooler side with a high of 82. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Here's a list of undisputed facts. Beamer is round, Shark was a swinger, and no one derails a show like Bobby Carpenter. No one. This is Morning Juice.
We here in the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky?
Yes, sir.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday to you too, Beamer. It's always great to see you, buddy.
It's great to see your smiling face every morning at, 5:30, 5:40?
Right.
It's better to be seen than viewed, Sharks.
It's true.
Than to be naked. Better to be seen than to be naked.
No, better to be seen than viewed.
There is not a professional gymnastics league, so if you can stay in college and get some NIL money, go for it. Olivia Dunn attends LSU, one of the most decorated athletes in her sport. Helped the Tigers win the NCAA championship in April. Dunn announced yesterday that she will return to LSU for a 5th season because she can, and Beamer, because she makes millions of dollars in NIL money. She is the highest paid female athlete in the country.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive what she's doing. Number 1 in the country. I'm looking at On3. They do a pretty good job, Bob, of doing like NIL, like rankings and worth and all these different things. And I'm not sure quite how accurate the number is, but I mean, Shadur Sanders is number 1 in the country at an NIL valuation of $4.6 million. Arch Manning is number 3 at $2.8. Olivia Dunn is number 2 at $3.9 million. And Sharky,
I would say that's pretty accurate.
You just mentioned it, right? There's no professional gymnastics tour, and if you're not going to the Olympics, and if you're not going to be representing the United States of America, either in world championships or in an Olympic year, then it would be something that would be tough to drive income off of. And I think it just shows you the power of NIL, doesn't it? I mean, okay, I'm going to come back here. Traditionally, do the 3 to 5 years or whatever sport you're in. I know that some obviously make you stay in school for 4 years, but she comes back for her 5th year, says, you know what, having a good time down at LSU, making a good amount of money off of that. It's perfect. Charge it to winning. I think it's great.
Absolutely. And this is what it's designed for.
Yep.
She has a huge social media following. She's dating old boy, Paul Skeens. So good for them together, making some cash. She seems like a great girl. I'm happy for her. This is everybody talks about football players making all this money in basketball. Like, this is an avenue, the way for women to be able to do it, and kudos to her for being able to market it.
There are so many big-name golfers who haven't been U.S. Ryder Cup captains. Tiger Woods, David Duval, there are a bunch of guys who have been assistant captains but never the captain. Steve Stricker, Freddie Couples. So it was a bit of a surprise, Beamer, at least for me, when Keegan Bradley was named our 2025 Ryder Cup captain.
You think he's going to put Zach Johnson on his staff, Shark?
Probably not.
I don't think he is. Remember last year, when we were talking about, or was that a couple of years ago?
No, it was
just last year, man. Just in the fall last year. It does seem like a while ago when they were over in Italy doing that. Keegan Bradley was one of the hottest golfers on the planet, right? He had a nice little finish in the FedEx Cup, and he's great. He's uber competitive dude, and the fact that he didn't make the Ryder Cup, and now I don't know, is it Federation or Ryder Cup team? I don't really know what they're described.
The Federation.
Yeah, the Ryder Cup Federation. I don't know what they are.
The Federales?
But them taking Keegan Bradley as the captain, I don't know if that was.
Why can't Tiger be the captain?
Well, he can, and I'm sure that he will. He just isn't doing that right now. He will be. There's no doubt in my mind that he will be at some point. He was the captain of the President's Cup a few years ago, but it was surprising to see Keegan, but I'm kind of glad that they just went in a totally opposite direction. Like, old guard, you guys are out. You can't win one across the pond. We're coming back here. I think the Ryder Cup is at Bethpage coming up here next year. So obviously, East Coast, Keegan's an East Coast guy. I like it. I think it was totally a wild card pick, but I'd have a hard time imagining Team USA losing with Keegan as the captain, because he will pick the best golfers and not golfers based on relationships or what they used to be.
Are you looking for more comments from me on that? I told you, why don't they have Tiger Woods in there? That's my comment. I could give two craps about Keegan Bradley.
Your Team America, though.
I am. Tiger Woods also American.
I think you should earn it, and I don't know what Keegan Bradley ever did to earn anything.
He's never won a major.
He has won a major.
What he won the PGA or something?
Did he win a U.S. Open or did he win a PGA, Keegan Bradley?
I think it was a PGA.
Of course it was.
Anyway.
It's barely hanging on, Beam.
He got mad because they took JT over him.
I know.
And I was like, I'm okay with JT.
I'm okay with them going a different direction, though, because it hasn't been working
automatics
out.
And 6 captain's picks, and unfortunately for him, he wasn't a captain's pick.
Hey, classic. Brian Hawk was supposed to be here at 7:20. He's 20 minutes early, as you do when you're the host of the Learning Leader Show, author of Welcome to Management, The Pursuit of Excellence, and The Score That Matters. Brian Hawk in studio with us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching a major ramp closure on the north side of town. I-270 westbound to 315 southbound is shut down. Additionally, crews have shut down the ramps from 23 north and southbound to 315 completely. Your detour around this, use 270 westbound. Flip around at Sawmill Road to those eastbound lanes of I-270 to get back to that 315 southbound ramp. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Low testosterone causes many issues, including low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. But many men just attribute these symptoms to aging and don't consider that there are medical treatments that can give them back their vigor and vibrancy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating low T. And if you're feeling like I just described, it's time for you to treat that low T. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low testosterone. We've successfully treated many men for the condition and seen the amazing difference difference that those treatments can make in a man's life. If you're like most men with low T, within just a few weeks, your energy will return, that brain fog will disappear, your sleep will improve, as will your workouts, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call us and make a true life change. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Temps are heating up, and so are the ticket deals this summer with Vivid Seats. Whether it's scoring tickets for a night out at the ballpark or witnessing the rising stars of women's basketball, Vivid Seats has you covered. With a robust rewards program and wide selection of tickets, Vivid Seats makes it easy to score great deals on great seats with a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you the peace of mind for the ultimate fan experience. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How often do you compare yourself to others? It's easy to envy friends' lives on social media when you only see the good parts. But comparison is the thief of joy. Online therapy helps you focus on what you want, not what others have. Because your best life is better than the idea of someone else's. Visit betterhelp.com/like today to get 10% off your first month.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark. The Sharks for 7.5 innings. The Guardians and Tigers couldn't score a run. And then in the bottom of the 8th in Detroit, met on first and third, one out. Mark Canha grounded to shortstop. Brian Rocchio was all set to turn an inning-ending double play, but he didn't field the ball cleanly. That allowed the Tigers to score the only run of the game. In Cincinnati, the Reds snapped a 3-game losing streak with a 6-0 win over the Rockies. Andrew Abbott retired his first 9 batters and finished with a 3-hitter over 7 innings with 8 strikeouts. In basketball, Coach Dan Hurley has signed a new 6-year, $50 million contract at Connecticut. He's led the Huskies to back-to-back NCAA championships and turned down an offer from the Lakers last month. In the NFL, Steelers cornerback Cameron Sutton has been suspended 8 games for violating the league's personal conduct policy. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, a no-risk, all-rewards path to real weight loss. If you're not happy with your results in the first week, get 100% of your money back.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us. On a Tuesday, Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, joined in the studio right now currently by Ryan Hawk. Ryan, thanks for the time, buddy. How's the travels been? Getting up here? I know you got a busy week coming up.
It's great, man. Thank you guys for having me.
I got to turn your microphone on. That would be.
Beam's not a professional.
No, I had the wrong microphone up.
It's all good, man. It's great. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. What's been going on? It's a good summer so far?
Oh, a lot of swimming, a little bit of golf, Bob. We're getting ready for Tahoe. We're leaving tomorrow, so it's gone fast though.
So I mean, when you golf, are you just practicing caddying? Do you take a bag? Do you wear like a ruck?
Honestly, I have practiced carrying a bag for 7 miles because it's about 7 miles up and down the hills. You're up in altitude, so it's not the easiest day. I don't like to complain about walking in beautiful Lake Tahoe, but it is a little bit of a grind, man.
Do you practice it hungover as well to simulate full tour conditions?
It's amazing over the past 15-ish years we've been doing this now, Asia and I going to Tahoe, how things have changed. The early days of staying up till, you know how we were, Bob, 3, 4 in the morning for then a 7:30 tea time, and now it's like we need to get to bed by 9. So it's changed. It's changed a lot.
Well, I'm sure too when you're out there and you've had friends who have gone out through this event. But if someone is just coming in, it's like their first or second year. Yeah. I would think they want to do the full experience, so they're staying out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you could probably see it on their face the next day. Don't worry, you'll learn. You'll learn.
We've seen some of those rookies, but also it's an age thing. We get a little bit older. We
got to go to bed a little bit earlier. But no, it's a lot of fun.
They said Barkley still gets after it, though, out there.
Sings karaoke, gambles, loses lots of money, and his golf game's got a little bit better. So, yeah.
It couldn't have gotten worse. It could not have gotten worse.
Because you pick up after doubles. So, like, if it's par 4 and you get a 6, it's actually not that hard to get a 6 on a par 4. So he was picking up on every hole. So, sometimes before getting to the green, it was rough. Yeah. It's rough.
Before getting, that's amazing. I didn't realize you picked up doubles. So that's
they needed to speed it up, and it's modified Stableford scoring, so you want to get positive points instead of negative like regular golf. So it makes it more fun, I think. You don't have to worry about handicaps or anything like that. So
are you guys? I mean, you're allowed to use a rangefinder out there, right?
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. We're lasering. We're getting good distance. Everything. Yeah, it's good.
I know that's critical for age. He's really dialed in on his clubs.
Honestly, though, the course for him is driver wedge or driver hack out of the woods. It's one or the other. So that's there isn't like a lot of caddying going on other than just carrying the bag.
Yeah, do you prep by putting bricks in the golf bag? Because I know that he's told some stories, because we have him on every Friday at 8:30, and he's told some stories about how he's putting just crazy amounts of weight in the bag for you to.
The first year he wins the celebrity long drive contest, and the trophy for winning it was this Corbel bottle of champagne. I'm not kidding, Bob. It was humongous, huge bag of champagne. He snuck it in the bag. This is on the first day. Snuck the huge
was he
bottle.
Gonna bring it with him?
I don't know, but snuck it in the bag, and then we finished for the whole tournament on Sunday night. I was like, God, that bag was so heavy, and he pulls out, look at this. It's like a 25-pound or whatever bottle of champagne. Yeah, he's awesome.
We always said he loaded it down with Gatorades and everything else. And I'm like, don't they have drinks on the course for you?
Yeah, anything just to make it harder, right? We're like Schlegs, right? This is how we attack and dominate. We're just trying to get tougher by carrying a heavy bag.
All right, so we had him on earlier. We had Schlegs.
I heard a little bit of it. Yeah.
All right, but before we do that, I have to play this.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
So if you were listening to Schlegs a little bit earlier on, we asked him, because we talked to him last night. He's got some busy mornings going on here. We asked him his first recollection of meeting you. Now, I want to know if your story corroborates with his. He started off by saying something to do with butt heavies, BW3s, and parallel parking.
This is probably 20 years ago. Yeah.
Probably it was.
It was, yeah. Yeah, we had a good night. We both got hungry. Schleg said you want to go to B-Dubs? I said, I'm game. This like big animal guy who I hear is like hunting wild boar. And we drive, made probably a poor decision to drive. Schlegs takes us to B-Dubs. He drives all over the side of the road, doesn't park it very well, and then proceeds to get about 50 wings and slops them in the ranch and just demolishes about 50 wings, and then we drive back to AJ's house, and that was the night.
I think I was there, and I didn't leave. I remember talking to Ryan's like, I didn't even really eat. I was just watching him eat at the end. Like, it was so remarkable. The full subversion with the ranch, like not caring at all, just getting it all over the place is remarkable.
It's amazing. You guys, I think the great thing about all three of you guys, you haven't changed a bit. The only thing that's different is like you're all in actual better shape today, all three of you, in better shape today than you were when you were in college, which is wild. So
I wish that I could weigh, I told someone, like, I wish that I could weigh 257 again and like walk around like that. I go, physically, my body will not let me get there. No. The amount of like lifting, food consumption, like you break down. Like there's not, you look at guys when they play, they start getting thinner as they get older. You just can't do it. And probably may have been better to play a little bit lighter, but it wouldn't have been as fun, I guess.
No, well, you're in college. We don't know what we're doing, right? AJ said that one of the things he's happy is how naive he was, as well as all of you guys, of like how big of a deal it was. Because you go back later and you watch, like, God, this is actually a really big deal. There's 100,000 people here. Yeah. When you're playing, it's just me and my buddies being idiots on the field, like making fun of each other, celebrating. And it's in a good way that naivete is a good thing, so that maybe you don't feel the pressure of the moment. You just go out there and let it go.
It is interesting, though. And I try to talk to those guys because when you get there and you were You played at Miami, Ohio, and then played at Ohio University, and you come up here a lot. You watch age.
Yeah.
And you see like the gravity. Did you play in the stadium?
Yeah. My freshman year at Miami, we played against Ohio State. Actually played them tough. Same thing like a lot of MAC games. They pulled away at the end, but yeah, it was tough. It was sweet. Yeah.
And so like getting to run out and like you see the tunnel and like you become immune to it a little bit when you first get here. Your first couple years, first couple games, amazing. Probably year 2 and 3, it becomes more like
just normal. It's what you do, right? Yeah.
And I've always told the guy, like going into their final year, I go, you only get so many of these. It seems like you get 1 million. You start counting it up. It's like 7-ish home games a year. You're about 28, 30. It's assuming you don't get hurt. All of these different things. Like your last year, I'm like, just take a pause before, because senior day you'll never remember. But I'm like, the final game prior to that, like just sit there in the tunnel and look out. Because like after that, you really don't, you'll never simulate that again. You can walk out with friends, family, your kids, but you're never running out in full like battlefield attire at that point.
Nothing like it. Nothing you'll do for the rest of your life outside of like you guys playing in the NFL, but it's still different.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it you'll experience. It's part of like why I do what I do is like try to recreate some of the feelings of running out in the big house playing against Michigan or things like that of like, let me try to go on a stage in front of a 5,000 people. It doesn't feel exactly the same, but it gets like a little bit of that juice of feeling of like that nervous anticipatory feeling of we're about to go to war and not actual war, obviously, but it's like that feeling that it's just hard to get, man, but it feels good.
Is that ultimately why you got into what you're doing now, Ryan? Or what was the kind of the impetus for you choosing this career path?
Yeah, there's a little bit of it. I mean, I think I was really impacted by really great leaders in my life, most notably starting at home. But then in 8th grade, I got pulled aside by legendary head coach Bob Gregg, and I said, you're going to play with our varsity team here at Centerville High School, and I idolize those guys. It's probably just like you did. Yeah. You look up to them, and to think I was going to be one of them, but I saw the power of what leaders can do for people, namely Bob Gregg and Ron Ollery, how they can lift you to levels of performance that you don't even think you're capable of. And I thought, is there a way I could potentially try to do the same thing, maybe on even a bigger scale, by leading other people, by trying to lift others up, by spreading the message. And so that's why, having a podcast, going out and giving speeches, writing books, things like that, I hope can have some. I don't know if it could ever be like those guys had on me, but maybe if there's a way that I could have that type of impact on other people, that would be really fulfilling and gratifying. So that's what I try to do.
I mean, it was pretty remarkable just being at, because I'm sure that you went through it as well as I did, but being at like Centerville football, like Pee Wee Elk camp at the high school was always a big deal. And it would have been around like this time of the year, early, mid, late July before like two-a-days started. And I remember like you guys, it would have been AJ, and then like Tommy Tomaska was there, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, these guys are heroes. These guys are heroes in my book.
They don't seem real, man. I remember they seemed like giants, and I really looked up to them. So to have the chance to be one of them was pretty wild.
I think Ryan first, and to my knowledge, only starting quarterback as a freshman at Centerville. Kirk Herbstreit famously said best quarterback in Centerville history as well.
Yeah, Kirk has been a huge supporter. That summer of my 8th grade going to freshman year, I remember he came to one of our passing league games, the 7-on-7s on a Wednesday night in July. Vividly remember this. He came over. We shook hands. He's like, "Man, you got big hands. You're going to be a player." I was like, he would just probably fluff me up, try to make me feel good. and he's been a supporter ever since that day when I was going to my freshman year. And so it was pretty cool of him, to be, he's just such a good dude, such a supporter of Elk Pride and all the guys at Centerville.
I always thought it was funny too that we would go to those passing leagues because I'm like, well, we run the option. Like we pass maybe 5 times in a year. Like what? I know we're trying to sharpen our receivers, maybe downfield blocking, quarterbacks. You want to get on the same page. I'm like, we never passed the ball.
Yeah, if we did well in 7-on-7, that we're probably gonna be pretty good. And because it wasn't the first thing we did, but it was a lot of fun.
We're going to continue to hang out with Ryan Hawk, talk about some of your books, some of the guests that you have interviewed on your podcast coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching a major ramp closure on the north side of town. I-270 westbound to 315 southbound is shut down. Additionally, crews have shut down the ramps from 23 north and southbound to 315 completely. Your detour around this, use 270 westbound, flip around at Sawmill Road to those eastbound lanes of I-270 to get back to that 315 southbound ramp. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Choice Cabinet. Are you stuck in your car dreaming about new cabinets? Check out my guys at Choice Cabinet, choicecabinet.com.
This is Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We run a lot of ads about our firm, but often we don't discuss the resources Cordell & Cordell has available for men facing divorce. We provide many webinars and town halls on YouTube that contain a wealth of information, including our Men's Divorce podcast. Visit cordellcordell.com/resources for the latest news and to download our guides.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/itpays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
Rothman and Ice.
I mean, that is a pretty good even keel way outside of a mallet to the head to get yourself to go to sleep.
Some NyQuil, maybe a Xanax. That'll really take care of you.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rodding party of the summer, and it's all going down this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
You can always say good morning, but when you're about to enjoy golden biscuits and toasty hash browns at McDonald's, you say good morning.
And what better way to start your day than at McDonald's with a sausage McMuffin, sausage biscuit, sausage burrito, or hash browns. Mix and match any two for just $3. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer, single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm getting married today.
You may now kiss the bride.
I'm also a firefighter and first responder. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're also making sure I can get to my wedding ceremony, start the next chapter of my life.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy today. We'll have a lot of clouds along with a few late day showers. Highs in the middle to upper 80s. Today we get down to 70 with periods of rain and wind. And then heading into your Wednesday, we'll be looking at more rain and wind with a high of 82. I'm meteorologist Dylan Rubshod with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Cruise Law here, Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, joined in studio by Ryan Hawk. Before we continue our conversation with him.
Oh, when you hear the sound, you know what that means. It's a Tuesday. It's an appetizer Tuesday at Roosters, which means the featured appetizer, well, it's just going to be $3 all day long. The featured appetizer today, it's the favorite of Bill Zwick, father of Justin Zwick. Fried mushrooms, breaded mushrooms, fried, crispy, golden on the outside, hot and juicy on the inside. Serve with a side of ranch. Be bold. Get some spicy ranch because that's really the only ranch you need. They're $3 all day long at Roosters. You know what? Stay tuned in about an hour, Beam. Yep. We're going to give away a $50 Roosters gift card. So stay locked in.
Might be something that Ryan Hawk says. Do you have the same palate as your brother? I mean, are you eating grilled chicken and broccoli every day?
I can't do that. I can do that a little bit, but I need to spice it up some too. Roosters is really good. It's right by our house. It's great. So yeah, age does too. I think that's become like a thing because Pat always talks about it. He'll open up a little bit. Though.
Open up a little bit, but I was like, AJ, can't you just get some peppers with your chicken?
Just regular sweet peppers?
Just anything, like any type of seasoning. I'm like, dude, you just
caramelized onion in there or something.
It's remarkable. And he'll put a little bit of sauce on things from time to time, but it's very, very minimal. Ryan at least understands the balance. Hey, I do enjoy other flavors in my life, so I can season my food somewhat and step out of the box a little bit and try to keep it regimented. I mean, I have immense respect for him and how he's able to operate. But yeah, Ryan gives a little more flavor to life.
Oh, of course.
So you've been able to talk to some really cool people, Ryan. You're the host of the Learning Leader Show. A couple of books, 3 books.
Mm-hmm. Is it 3?
Yeah.
Welcome to Management, Pursuit of Excellence, and the Score That Matters.
Right. I forgot. I haven't read Pursuit of Excellence, so I'll have to get on that.
Let's do it.
So we were talking to just how you kind of got to start in that realm of leadership, and you've gotten to talk to some really, really cool people. Do you have 1, 2, 3 that kind of stand out above the rest, and when you started, were you nervous, and then did that go down, or how did this all come to be?
Yeah, so I started about 9.5 years ago, and so. As you guys know, repetition really helps with that. So 590 guests later, if I think about some of the most favorite, I really hold our military in the highest regard. So General Stanley McChrystal comes to mind. He actually wrote the foreword to my first book. And that came about because I asked him to come on my podcast. He comes on, absolutely crushes it. I mean, amazing stories about leadership, especially about going on the front lines as a 4-star general. He invites me to go to Gettysburg with the class he teaches at Yale. He teaches a year-long leadership class at Yale. Wow. And so he says, you want to come to Gettysburg, and I will be the tour guide, essentially, for my class. I'll bring some guests, some other military kind of leadership guys. We go to Gettysburg. We spend 2 days there, and we go from battle site to battle site. And the leader of this tour is 4-star General Stanley McChrystal, giving these detailed historical lessons on each specific battle Little Round Top and Joshua Chamberlain and how he said, fix the bayonets.
So he went into Colonel Chamberlain.
All this stuff, man. And it was just this guy is the smartest, kindest, curious dude, and also a 4-star general who gets on the front lines during wars. And so to me, that guy stands out above all the rest just because of how kind and thoughtful he's been for me personally when I'm just a random dude that reached out to him cold on the internet and somehow developed some sort of friendship / mentorship for me. So that's one that definitely stands out.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could have a better experience than that. And like the Colonel Chamberlain, never. I mean, if people don't know the story, I mean, they're getting overrun and they're done. Like they're flanked.
Yeah.
And like they're against the wall, fixed bayonets, we're going over and we're taking it back. Like that was it.
Pretty wild story. He brought some of these other special forces guys to help share stories about each of the sites of battle. And it was just amazing. I couldn't believe I was there. I was also surrounded by some of the smartest people in the world because the people who take his classes are all from all different places all over the world, all different ages. And there a couple football players were in that group from Yale. So it was just an amazing experience. But that's one that I think is pretty cool about a podcast too. Sometimes if you can be able to further the relationship beyond just the hour-long interview that you have. I try to do that as best I can. I try to get in person as much as I can. Part of why I came here, obviously, for Bob when he asked me is like, hey, it's just so much better now if you can get in person and meet with people than just doing it over Zoom or doing it remote.
If you like military guys, so Ohio State President Ted Carter, I'm not sure if you know his story at all.
I don't.
So have you seen the new Top Gun Maverick? I say new. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago now. But the 2 successive miracles, he was a Top Gun aviator.
Really?
Yes. So he was a 10-year, he worked 20 years as a Top Gun pilot, 10 years superintendent at the Naval Academy. And the 2 successive miracles was written. That's something that is true as something that he was part of, I believe, during the Gulf War.
Wow.
They had to send the bunker buster in, then the one right behind it. So it's not quite as dramatic as the movie, with everything else. Yeah. There's a little, poetic liberty taken right there, but he's like, it's remarkable. And there's a podcast where he directed me to. He would be someone that would be awesome to have on, just with his.
Are you boys with him? Can we?
We had him on the show.
Okay, awesome.
I would love to. He played hockey in college.
Yeah.
Did he go to the Naval Academy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Call sign Slapshot.
Nice.
Oh, so he's got the whole deal.
All right, I need to learn about this guy. That'd be awesome.
So that'd be good. Let's see if I can put you in touch, because he would be someone that would be tremendous because of what he did there, and then the transition with from athletics to leadership, Naval
running
Academy.
Ohio State too. Yeah. What a job! Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine what the typical day is like for the guy running Ohio State. It'd be wild.
And I mean, we talk about Ross Bjork, who just took over for Gene Smith, right? Like running the athletics department would be one thing, but when we had him on, he was like, getting used to the branch campuses and like Ohio State Newark. I'm like, that didn't even cross my mind that it is multiple schools. And then you want to talk about like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, alumni base across the country. Like everywhere that you go, staying in contact with people. I'm like, it is such a massive
24/7 job. That's wild stuff.
It really is. I mean, it's unbelievable. You were just talking about some of the guests that you've had on. What led you down the author road as well?
I think writing is actually one of the greatest tools to clarify your thinking. And so in a way, my books are really first and foremost for myself to clarify what I believe. What do I really think about a specific topic? So like the way the process works is you write a book proposal, which is only a couple of sample chapters plus then a marketing plan. And then you and your book agent shop it to publishers. And then hopefully you get enough bids to where you get a decent book advance and you sell it. Well, once you sell it, then you actually have to write the book. You don't write the book and then sell it. And so that process of saying, okay, I'm going to write a book about your first management job, or I'm going to write a book about living by your internal scoreboard. Like, what does it actually mean? The process of going from I have this idea and a few sample chapters to 65,000 words in a full book of 17 chapters is quite a learning experience. And so I tell leaders all the time, and when I work with leaders, is we all should have a writing practice. Every leader should be writing. Every leader should, whether it's they journal, they have a few prompts at the end of each day, or they're writing about a specific. This is why I think it's cool that Bob teaches at Ohio State and has taught at Ohio State. I think teaching is very similar to writing, because you have to get very clear on what do I know about this topic? What do I believe? What do I think? If I'm trying to help these kids learn, I got to first know what I'm talking about. And that's quite a process.
It's like coaching.
Yeah, 100%. Like you got to know what you're talking about in order to convey that in a succinct, useful way for someone else to pick it up and to learn, whether it's as a player or as a student. And so to me, like I think I'll always try to have book projects on the horizon, if nothing else than for me to clarify my own thinking.
We're going to continue to hang out with Ryan Hawk next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We are still watching some major ramp closures on the north side of town. The ramp from 270 westbound to 315 southbound is shut down, along with the ramps from 23 both north and southbound to 315 are closed on the north side of town right now. Also watching a crash on 33 westbound on the southeast side near Pickerington Road that have some lane closures in place, and the ramp from 71 northbound to Frank Road slightly blocked off because of a disabled vehicle. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Okay, so that's the final price. Oh, an extra fee to drive here. Is that it? A knock on the door fee. So is that the final price? A 15% Wednesday surcharge. What for? Oh, because it's Wednesday. Of course. Can I get back to you on this?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows.
This quote you gave me, are there any other charges I don't know about?
Other charges?
Like an it's too sunny fee or my dog wet the carpet tax.
No, Apex always gives you upfront pricing.
No surprise fees?
Never.
No charge if your stomach hurts or you lost your library card?
Upfront pricing every time at Apex Pros, whether it's plumbing, heating, and AC, or our new electrical services.
I'll call you right back. Hello, other company? Hi, me again.
It's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear. You'll never get a surprise charge with the Apex Pros upfront price guarantee. Schedule an appointment now at apexpros.com.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here. Do you ever find yourself just accepting things the way they are? It is what it is, right? Well, that was me before I met my Awaken 180 coach. It wasn't only about the number on the scale. It was about reigniting goals I'd shelved, thinking they were out of reach. We sat down, and she didn't just talk numbers. She helped me uncover real goals, personal goals. Looking back at what those were, I've had a really solid lineup of victories. Sleeping through the night like a baby? Check. Playing a round of golf without nagging back pain the next day? Check. Desire to be more active? You bet. That's a check. And okay, yes, dropping a whopping 50 pounds, that deserves a loud and proud double check. Change your perspectives from what ifs to what's next. Pull up awaken180weightloss.com on your phone or computer. Select the day and time that works for you, and boom, the first step is done. Uncover your goals, then reach them with the solution for weight loss. It's online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Part of your workday is over. You've managed to get out of your fart sack.
Attention campers, lunch has been canceled today due to lack of hustle. Deal with it.
This is Morning Juice.
Cruising along here. Little Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Joined in studio by Ryan Hawk. So we have AJ on every Friday. Ryan, I know that you guys are getting ready to head out to Tahoe. Was the jungle a thing when you were doing Centerville football? Because AJ talks about that. I think it was outlawed by the time that we got there. We never did the jungle. That was news to me when he told me that you guys used to do that.
Not only that, but I vividly remember a number of practices get the water off the field. Get the water off the field. And so you get fired instantly if you do that today, though. You're in full pads.
You in prison.
It's August 3rd. It's 95, and the water is off the field because we're playing bad. Start practice over and get the water off the field. And I'd say this is partially why, I think we can go without drinking water for a while because we're so used to not getting water in the middle of being overheated. It's crazy. It's insane. It's probably not smart, but yeah, we went through it.
You want to develop toughness. There's a fine line between developing toughness and making sure that you're being responsible and smart. And
obviously, yeah, probably not smart. Luckily, everybody lived, but yeah, that was what we did.
That's good. Hey, you know what?
He told me about that. My jaw hit the floor. I'm like, no, I don't even think I'd ever heard of the jungle before he had mentioned that.
Oh yeah,
it was remarkable. Like, you just would run through the woods.
Yeah,
so you get all cut
the
up.
Full pads too, and so there's thorns and all this stuff, and you just get into the jungle, and I think initially people were like, what? And then you just kind of run through the woods.
That's pretty remarkable. Gosh, so you've written 3 books. You said you've got a couple other ideas, stuff in the works. Interview all of these great people. Obviously, you talked about General McChrystal. Anyone else out there that kind of comes to mind? You've had some different sports figures, coaches, all kinds of unbelievable people that you've been a part of.
Yeah, I had this amazing woman who grew up as a Hooters waitress because she was a single-parent household. Honestly, stay with me, Bob. Her name's Kat Cole. She's a COO of Athletic Greens now.
I remember watching this.
So Kat is pretty amazing because she has this kind of. I asked her, what are the commonalities among people who sustain excellence, and I like this kind of equal balance of what a productive achiever is. On one side, these people are high levels of courage and confidence. So think of this like a leader. So one side of the weight of the scale, really courageous person. They develop confidence through grit, through doing hard things, through proving to themselves and creating evidence for themselves that they can do hard stuff. But on the other side, equally balanced, they're really curious and quite humble. Curious to ask questions, to try to learn, to have an open mind, a growth mindset, as well as humble enough to say, hey, I need your help. I can't do this by myself. I need other people. And so when I think of like a productive achiever, a leader who sustains excellence over time, I think they have because courage and confidence on one side and curiosity and humility on the other side. And that's like someone I aspire to be. And I learned that from Kat Cole, who has this amazing story growing up in a single parent household. And she's now, leading quite a company at Athletic Greens.
So one of the things that you kind of touched on in there, you get confidence through doing hard things. Yep. Score That Matters, you wrote with Brooke Cups, who's been to 4 straight Final Fours, won state championship in there as well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, lost one to Sonny Styles in Pickerington, which one of the great plays you'll ever see at the end of a game.
Yeah.
And just remarkable what him and Royal were able to do. But there's an unbelievable line in there about 2/3 of the way through the book. It's people always talk about getting through this season, getting through whatever hard times. And it's really not the fact, and I was always trying to quantify this and understand it, because you go do runs and you conditioning tests in college, all that stuff at Centerville, you build all these different things, whether it's high school, college, professional sports, and being able to go do these runs now, I told the guys, you just have to accept the fact it's going to be hard and not be scared of it. And what I heard in there, it's not that things actually get easier, you just become more accustomed to being able to handle hard stuff.
Well, the more hard things you do, the more you're capable of doing, and the easier the harder things become. And so the Navy SEALs, Jay Hennessy, another guest who was 26-year Navy SEAL, who I love.
Jeez, 26 years?
He works for the Cleveland Indians, now Guardians, and their learning and development group, and Jay's one of the best. You should probably have him because he could come down from Cleveland. Amazing guy. Towards the end of his career, he was helping select the SEALs, right? He was in San Diego saying, okay, part of the group, picking them. I said, well, what do you look for? What do you want? And he said, I want guys who are constantly pushing their edges. And I love that phrase. It's something
it's in the book.
That's a prompt I ask myself at the end of each day that I think we can all ask ourselves. What did I do today to push my edges? Not always physically, but mentally too. What am I doing to push my edges? And I think that's something for us to think about. Like if you're constantly pushing those edges, you have a better chance to handle the inevitable adversity that you're going to face in the future.
It's pretty remarkable, Ryan, just reading about your story and being from Centerville and, the books, the podcasts that you do. But is there one thing you're most proud of that you've accomplished?
Oh man, I mean, I have to be cheesy. I'm a husband and a dad, so I think that's pretty. That's as good as it gets.
Getting yelled at by your daughters.
Now it's
what ages are they?
Getting to the point 17, 16, 15, and 9, and so getting to the point that where they make fun of you all the time, I think is the place where you want to be. That shows that you have a tight relationship, and that's where we're at now, Bob. I'm sure you're the same way. We're the same way with our dad, Pistol. We just played golf with him, and we're going to bust his balls. So that's how it goes. And I think that shows how close you are to the people you love.
Do you wear golf spikes when you caddy?
No, dude. Why? Why would you wear golf spikes when you caddy?
Why does your dad wear golf spikes to a golf tournament that he's not playing in?
I don't. No, you wear running shoes. You wear comfortable shoes. If you're just walking, you don't need to wear golf shoes, okay?
You don't want to lose traction going down those slippery hills, though, in Tahoe, right?
There's dew out there in the morning, Ryan. You got to be careful.
I'll be in very comfortable running shoes.
Have you ever thought about wearing like a football cleat just for extra grip?
Oh, I'm good. I don't even wear golf shoes when I golf. I just wear running shoes. Not good enough. We're good.
When you're sitting there and you were talking about, the prompts that you have to have, and then you go sell the book before actually writing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've talked to so many great people about leadership and, pushing through the hard times. Is there ever a thought in your mind like, man, I don't know what this page is going to bring, or I don't know what I'm doing here? Because I feel like a lot of the times, like if somebody starts something, I have a tough time seeing it through, and like that could be a very daunting element to get over. Like, boy, I've got this project to deliver on, and I said I would get this done, and then it's like I'm in a mind space right now where I don't know necessarily the next step or can't see through to the end.
That blank page is quite scary. I learned this from Adam Grant, another great writer, who said he actually ends writing sessions in the middle of a sentence. And that's one way so that you can start back up with something already started.
What a psycho. He doesn't complete his
I
thought.
try to do the same thing where you'd end your writing session in the middle of a sentence so that you're never staring at a blank page. You can start back up in the middle of something and then keep going with your thought. You may be taking notes in your phone in between writing sessions, but that's one of the things I try to do is to never start on a blank page.
So you're a big fan of The Office.
Oh, yeah.
So is your brother, sister-in-law. That's one of the great things we'd always do, sit around, and it's one of the most rewatchable shows, I think, of all time.
No doubt.
And, Michael Scott, when he leaves, he has a book that was unfinished. Some of the stuff in there called Somehow I Managed. And I told AJ I was going to ask you this. Can that be the title of your next book? Can we have something in there? Somehow I Managed by Ryan Huck.
I like that. I might have to steal that, dude. I don't know. I think that's a good idea.
He's got a chapter titled Bubblegum that hadn't. Everybody loves getting a piece of bubblegum.
There's a lot to learn from The Office, because what a likable guy, and his people would go to war for him. They really would. So there's something to be said for Michael Scott's managerial style.
I feel like we've all had a boss that's like Michael Scott. Like in everyday life. I know that Bob and I used to have one who was our program director. I'm like, you are Michael Scott.
I've unfortunately had some that maybe is as dumb as him, but not as likable. And that's a much worse combination than him.
It is. The likability is what really turns it over. Like his just blissful ignorance is what's beautiful.
We love him. We love him. His people do too. So there's something to be said for that.
Are you going to shepherd you and your brother to greatness this week? Where are we finishing? Top 10?
Let's hope. Does he have
a goal? Does he just want to be top half? what is the realistic expectation?
Bob, you know what his goal is, right?
To win, probably.
Yes, that's always the goal. His goal is to win. And so when every text message for the 6 months leading up to it is, just play today, I'm going to win. Just play today, I'm going to win. Just hit balls today. He just played with you recently, right? He's like, just play with Bob, I'm going to win in Tahoe. I was like, great, let's go. If we're gonna go, you might as well win.
We both put up a snowman on a par 4. So the good news, that would only be a 6.
Pick it up. You get -2 points for that hole. Pick it up and go to the next one.
Sometimes he blasts the drive like over the fairway. Here's the good news, though. Your brother doesn't ever lay up. So we're always. That might be the detriment of his game. The fact that there's
too aggressive.
The downside is really.
The fans, though, aren't there in Lake Tahoe to watch a big hitter lay up. So it's driver. 100%. It's every hole is a driver, obviously, except for the par 3s. But every other hole is a driver. We don't even talk about it. There's no strategy. It's hit it as far as you can, and then we'll hopefully chip and make a birdie.
Because what are you guys going to do? Sit there and talk about on 13 where you punched out with a 7-iron and then
great shot.
Hit a great shot. We really saved a nice par there. Or hey, we went straight at the green, hit it under one tree, over another, put it 8 feet from the hole, birdied it out.
Always better stories that way, for sure.
I feel like he's pushing his edges every time he goes out there.
Every time, exactly.
Buddy, we appreciate you coming in this morning. Thanks for.
We have to do this again sometime.
Yeah, whenever you're in town, you're free. Come in, hang out.
Love it.
That would be great. Best of luck in Tahoe this week, and we'll check in again soon. All right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me.
And pool season, it is here. Time to go see my folks over at Affinity Whole Health. They're the leaders in the testosterone hormone replacement therapy game. They're not just here to optimize your testosterone levels. No, they're here for weight loss as well. Whatever you need, Affinity, they can help you lose weight, alleviate the symptoms with low T. Affinity, they offer semaglutide injections for weight loss. In addition to testosterone treatments, you can say goodbye to low energy, low libido. Say hello to weight loss and muscle gain. Cruise around shirtless like me, maybe age at Tahoe. Who knows what the day will bring. So check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That is feelgreatcolumbus.com.
We're going to get juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching major ramp closures on the north side of town. The ramp from 270 westbound to 315 southbound, along with the ramps from 23 over to 315 are shut down because of a crash. This is expected to be the situation throughout the rest of the morning. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Soak up the savings this summer from Family Dollar. It's never been easier. Just download the Family Dollar app, sign up for smart coupons, and see how you can save more than ever before. Enjoy smoking hot deals on cookout classics or get ready for outdoor fun with SPF for the whole family, plus pool toys, decor, and so much more. Check out the app today and get ready to save with the Family Dollar Summer Savings Event. New offers drop every week. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
For roof leaks and roof replacements, call Legacy Roofing Services, Central Ohio's commercial roofing leader. Legacy Roofing Services, ranked in the top 100 roofers in America. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
You know what's better than an Ohio Lottery scratch-off ticket? A winning Ohio Lottery scratch-off ticket. And now with a new $1,000 tax-free scratch-off, you've never had a better chance to win $1,000. Seriously, this $20 game has 18,000 $1,000 winners. That's a lot of winners. And that's $1,000 after taxes. So, what are you waiting for? The $1,000 tax-free scratch-off from the Ohio Lottery. Your best chance ever at winning $1,000. Players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all taking place this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet at Vendor Midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guys.com.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Why do they do that? I don't know, because it's gross as hell. They say, like, oh, yeah, this is Brooklyn. That's where we were mashing bits, if you know what I'm saying. And it's like, ew.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes Monster Energy and Red Bull and Gatorade and Body Armor. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
Hi, this is Justin Hinderer. Come see us at John Hinderer Ford in Washington Courthouse for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles in Fayette County. We're all in on America and proud to be your Ford AgPack dealer. Don't forget to ask about our convenience and mobile service at the home of the lifetime powertrain guarantee, including engine, transmission, rear differential, and drive shaft on all qualifying vehicles. John Hinderer Ford, just off 62 at Washington Courthouse, or hindererford.net. We love what moves you.
Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend is back. Shop buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special offers on diamond engagement rings. Visit us at Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th on Sawmill Road.
Something amazing is happening in data management. Even though storage needs are constantly changing, companies are only paying for what they need now. That's because CDW customized a Pure Storage Evergreen One SLA-driven storage as a service solution that delivers enterprise-grade hybrid cloud storage that is effortless, efficient, and evergreen. Simplify storage administration with Pure Storage and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/purestorage.
If you're looking to move out of your parents' place, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive, which is good because your little brother has gotten really territorial. You're blood related. You'd think it would be fine to share food in the fridge. I mean, who writes their name on every individually wrapped slice of cheese, Tyler? Still, you've got to admire the commitment. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and use the savings to help you move out and have all the cheese you want. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, mostly cloudy, high 89. We'll have plenty of clouds out there and even a few late day showers. Tonight, we get down to around 70, and then heading into your Wednesday, we'll be looking at the remnants of Hurricane Beryl moving into central Ohio. Could be looking at over an inch of rain. Temperatures will be on the cooler side with a high of 82. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. 5-yard false start penalty on me.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky. Yes. Tuesday. Schlegs.
These Michigan fans, they're in Columbus. The audacity that they have. Oh, my goodness, man. I was just like, this is so gross. Oh, man. Somebody just smash their face in, please. Put them back in the hole where they came from for the last 20 years.
That's a great one from him.
We'll do that in late November this year. Mm-hmm. Put them in their place. You know, back in the 1950s and 60s, Jack Buck and Harry Carey broadcast.
Hi, Shark.
They broadcast Cardinals games in St. Louis, and then Harry Carey got fired, probably for drinking on the air.
Not with the Cubs, though. It's all good.
In 1969, he ended up in Chicago, did White Sox and then Cubs games, and Jack Buck stayed behind in St. Louis. He was there forever. Jack Buck, by the way, graduated from the Ohio State University, worked at several radio stations here in town, including WBNS. AM 1460 back in the day. Anyway, he kept broadcasting Cardinals games until the end of his life. Joe Buck, his son, joined him. Joe was in his early 20s when he joined Dad on the broadcast. Meanwhile, Harry Carey's son, Skip Carey, did Atlanta Braves games for like 30, 40 years on WTBS in Atlanta. Skip Carey's son, Chip Carey, did Fox games, eventually went to Chicago to do Cubs games with his grandfather, Harry Carey. But Harry died before the season even started, so Chip Carey did Cubs games without Grandpa. He eventually went back to Atlanta. Now he's been with St. Louis for the past couple of seasons doing Cardinals games. Anyway, on July the 29th, and I hope the MLB Network picks up this game because it's going to be very nostalgic, Joe Buck is going to join Chip Carey in the broadcast booth for a Cardinals-Texas Rangers game. So looking forward to that.
Saw Joe Buck gave Big Daddy Paul Keels his Sportscaster of the Year award this past weekend, too.
Yes, he did. I miss Joe Buck greatly on the Fox baseball broadcast. Miss him on the football broadcast, too, but he's still doing those
on Monday night
with Troy. Also, Reese Hines made his Major League debut last night for the Reds, had a double, hit a home run, made a nice play in the outfield. You couldn't wipe the smile off his face. And after the game, he was asked about his Major League debut.
Crazy. I don't know. I'm still not believing it. I have no idea. I mean, just coming out here and, having fun and being able to do what I just did is unspeakable. I don't know. I can't. I have no words for it.
Hitting a home run in your first Major League game, that's pretty good stuff.
He also said he was like, blacked out. Don't know what.
He hit a 450-foot homer, and he blacked out on the bases.
Pretty remarkable. What's got me juiced? Having Ryan Hawken here, that was tremendous. AJ's older brother, author, podcaster, doing a great job. Great storyteller, knows a ton of awesome people now from that. And so getting to share some of that was tremendous with us. We had, my son, boys had one of their championship swim meet last night. It was awesome watching my oldest son, RJ, who's been really working really hard this summer. Football, swimming every single morning, doing practices back to back, like swimming for an hour and a half, straight into 2 hours of football afterwards. He dropped a bunch of time last night, swam really well. And, he's like, I don't know if I could do that again. I'm like, bud, this is what you've been doing. This is the new normal. You've worked really hard this summer. You've lifted, you've swam, you've been eating right, doing all those things, getting sleep. I go, that's a product of all of those things. It's a culmination of your dedication. So I was incredibly proud of what he was able to do, and to get the results after putting in the process and trusting that and working for it was tremendous. Getting a chance to got a crazy busy day.
What do you got going on?
I got some meetings. I'm going to go over and speak at Ohio State to the BOSS student athlete program as they're trying to develop some entrepreneurial things, and speaking on branding, speaking on storytelling there for about 25, 30 minutes. So excited to do that. Going to try to slam in a quick lift, hopefully before that, but also want to try to slam in a little Mickey and Rocky here on a Tuesday morning for you.
Well, if he wasn't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. The fact that you're here and doing as well as you're doing gives me, what do you call it, a motivation, to stay alive? Because I think that people die sometimes when they don't want to live no more.
Nature's smarter than people think.
And nature is smarter than people think. Little by little, we lose our friends, we lose everything. We keep losing and losing until we say, what the hell am I living around here for? I got no reason to go on. But with you, kid, boy, I got a reason to go on. And I'm going to stay alive. And I will watch you make good.
And I'll never leave you.
And I'll never leave you.
Pretty darn good stuff.
That's great stuff.
Nice connection there. That's got me juiced here on a Tuesday. Beam, how about you?
Yeah, what's got me fired up is William goes to gymnastics on Wednesday morning. So that's cool. They posted, I showed Shark this yesterday. They posted a video of all the kids doing it, and it's between 10 and 18 months. So he's 16 months now. As of a couple of days ago, and they've got him on this like pull-up bar, Bob. They're not too far off the ground, and the trainers are like the lady who's running the gymnastics class is right there, like lifting him up, and it's really funny watching kids try to attack this bar, and some of them are just kind of looking at the bar and just being held up as they've been accustomed to for the last 16 months. And William, he grabs the bar with no fear, and he was the only person in the video where the trainer let go of him, and they stuck the landing. He had a big smile on his face, and then he face planted.
Perfect.
So that was cool. That had me fired up. Not too fired up that he caught a summer cold. That's no good for anybody. He's hacking with a big cough right now. He's got runny nose, so not fired up about that, but he does seem to be feeling all right, other than at 12:40 last night when he was screaming bloody murder. I don't know what was going on. He went back to bed just fine, though. So super fired up about that. Not really a whole lot on the docket today, Bob, so it's kind of nice, little relaxing Tuesday. Then I did see you're supposed to get some storms maybe late tonight, overnight, and then it's supposed to be a high of 78 degrees tomorrow. So I will be just fine.
San Diego.
I will be just fine with that after we've just had some sweltering heat over the last couple of weeks. Also very, very fired up that Ryan Hawk came on the show this morning. It's great. Awesome stuff. You want to go listen to his podcast, do that. It's called The Learning Leader Show. You want to grab one of his books, Welcome to Management, The Pursuit of Excellence, and The Score That Matters, who he wrote alongside Centerville basketball coach Brooke Cups, which you were talking about, some great excerpts out of that. So super fired up. He carved out some time, and best of luck to those guys as they get ready to embark on a journey out to Tahoe. So we'll see what AJ has to say and how many bricks he puts in the bag for Ryan as he's caddying with him here this week. Also super fired up that Schleg's joined us a little bit earlier. He's going to reappear next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Heading out the door right now, we are watching major ramp closures on the north side of town. 270 westbound to 315 southbound, along with 23 to 315 ramps are all closed down because of a crash. This is going to be the situation throughout the remainder of the morning. You can continue on to 270 westbound, flip around at the Sawmill Road exit to the eastbound lanes of 270 to get back to 315 southbound from there. We're also still watching a crash on 33 westbound on the southeast side near Pickerington Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Be sure to keep thirst-quenching drinks on hand. Right now, Powerade or Body Armor Super Drinks are only 79 cents each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Had a devastating knee injury, tore my ACL, tore my PCL, shredded my medial meniscus, and had an initial surgery. That really didn't hold. Had another follow-up surgery around 8 years later. That didn't work, and I didn't want to undergo another surgical procedure.
Enough with the surgeries. They didn't ease the pain, and recovery was brutal. Carmen heard about another treatment for pain relief, the non-invasive regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics.
I simply figured, heck, I'm going to pick up the phone and call QC Kinetics. And since I've been treated, my quality of life has dramatically gotten better, and I can't thank QC Kinetics enough.
These are the nation's leaders in regenerative medicine. QC Kinetics uses the body's own healing components to help provide relief and functionality.
10 months ago, I had difficulty walking up and down a flight of steps. Now I can do just about anything I desire. I'm back to the old me.
If you have joint pain, before you consider surgery, call QC Kinetics. The consultation is free.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark Fisher. Our Columbus Crew goalkeeper Patrick Schulte has been selected to play for the U.S. Olympic men's soccer team in Paris. He'll join the team following the Crew's road match against LAFC this Saturday. Outfielder Reese Hines was batting just .216 at AAA Louisville this season with 126 strikeouts in 77 games. But he also had 13 homers and 41 RBIs and was called up by the Reds yesterday. In his first Major League game, Hines had a double and a homer and helped Cincinnati beat Colorado 6-0. In Detroit, Cleveland's Angel Martinez had 2 singles. Andres Jimenez 1. And that was it for the Guardians. 3 hits and a 1-0 loss to the Tigers. Detroit scored the only run of the game in the bottom of the 8th when Jake Rogers doubled and eventually scored on shortstop Ryan Rocchio's error. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton Pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here momentarily, you're going to re-listen to Schlegel, who is very fired up. All kinds of good stuff with him. And then at 8:35, Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us, as he does every single Tuesday, coming up here, like I said, around 8:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Red 6, Rockies nothing last night. To see them back to winning ways. Tigers 1, Guards nothing. Sharky, what's going on last night for the Gardos?
Well, they had 3 singles. That was the offense for the Tribe last night.
And you told me that was your tough. You told me that was your Saturday night a couple months ago.
Maybe 3 doubles, even, Bob.
All kinds of good stuff.
Maybe a triple.
Maybe a home run if you play your cards right. Tigers 1, Guards nothing. Both those teams back in action tonight against those same teams coming up here a little bit earlier on this man joined us, and he was in fine fettle this morning.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
And now it's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our good friend Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's going on? How was your 4th?
Happy Tuesday, Columbus. How was my 4th? It was amazing. How was your 4th?
It's great. Bob kept all of his fingers and toes, so that was pretty solid. Almost got impaled by a tree, but it was good.
Oh, you almost got impaled by a tree?
Well, you'll love this. We're down in Portsmouth. We had a little house on the river there. There's some water, winds came through, knocked down some trees, took out one of our boat slips. And so it had been sitting down there. My in-laws got a lot of it out, but I had to get rid of some of the rest. And so there was a lot of debris, and there was one tree that was broke in. It was about probably 40, 50 feet tall, broke in half. It was like a tripod, like half of it was in the water, probably 20 feet up, and it was still connected. And so there was a utility.
Antonio home style.
Basically. And there was the dock was to the left. There's a utility pole there. Didn't want to hit it. So I like wedged it out so it'd fall to the right. And I wedged the heck out of it, thought it'd be good. Well, I'm cut through. I'm like, there's no way this thing should be where it's at. It should have snapped off and fallen. And two of the guys who are coming in to hang out from the boat dock come over, see it. They're all right. Let's give it a couple pushes. So we start pushing it from the back. You hear it breaking. Well, it was like jackknifed. It was leaning in. As it breaks, then it rides back up the slope of. I mean, it was a steep slope too. Rode back up the back side of that thing. And I got out of there to the left. Other dude got out of there to the left too. Maybe to the right. I don't know. He fell down, but he was good. The guy in the middle, he took one step to the left. The whole trunk fell to the left side, and the other part fell to the right. There was probably a hole the size of a doorway that he was standing on that he was good. So Buckeyes.
Hey, Buckeyes, man. Charge up to win. Hey, America, let's go. Just guys being dudes helping other dudes, you know what I mean? And one could have potentially died, but I mean, charge to winning.
And he would have been the worst because he was actually a fireman and a paramedic, so probably couldn't administer anything to himself.
But he could tell you what to do, maybe.
Yeah, but not if he was knocked out and had a tree on his face. That would have been hard to communicate. What did you do for the 4th, Schlegs? I mean, what were we doing down in Florida to celebrate our nation's birthday?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember.
I went over to somebody's house. Friend of Face and Aaron and Danielle, and they made barbecue and we swam, and then I went to bed. You didn't
see any fireworks? That's not a thing.
I've seen fireworks. We have neighborhood fireworks, and I sat out there. Florida's different. You have fireworks right next to you. You know what I mean? Like everybody's setting off fireworks, like literally in the complex. So I don't need to go see a show. I got my own show just right there. And I got to see my neighbor. I haven't seen my neighbor Frank in quite some time. And just sat on the patio, just listening to all the fireworks going off, drinking some beers and talking shop. That was way more up my alley than sitting out there and just watching other fireworks. It was great. I got to see a lot of people. There's a lot of baseball. I got to spend a lot of time with the family, recharge my battery, still work the entire time, which is what I do. And, it was great. So now we're back. We're attacking and dominating, and life is good. Buckeyes, baby. Go Bucks, be cancer.
We were talking about it on yesterday's show because here around 7:20 this morning, AJ's brother Ryan's coming in studio with us for a couple segments. What's your first recollection and meeting of one Mr. Ryan Hawk?
Oh, I think my very first encounter with Ryan Hawk had something to do with BW3s, Bud Heavies, and parallel parking. And Bud Heavies happened after the fact. But when I got there, 100%. But people just don't know how to have a parking space. When you parallel park, you have to stay in between the lines that you parallel park. You just can't take up 3 spots or 2 spots for that matter. I nudged them. I did a great job backing in. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to create some room here. I don't think it's going to matter. I just nudged them up into their parking. I helped them park appropriately with that. And then we went inside and I probably ate about 30 buffalo wings with ranch. It was probably quite disgusting, probably a disgusting display of food consumption with ranch and wings and some Bud Heavies. And probably Ryan, the good thing was Ryan only had to drive us back to AJ's house, which is like
3 minutes away. And I did such a great job of parking that we had plenty of room to get out of there. So great experience. Ryan's phenomenal. Has the leadership podcast. He does a great job on that. Yeah, just a great dude, man. Ryan Hawk, man.
I remember him saying he actually lost his appetite and was just so enthralled watching you take the ranch because Schlegel had like a bowl. He did a full submersible, like submarine style with each wing.
Well, I mean, the bones are in, you know what I mean? So when you're going to like dip that wing in there, and I'm not talking about the nugget ones, right? Like the leg. I'm talking about the wing portion. You got to dunk them all the way in and just stick it in your gullet and just slurp it out, just the meat right off the bones. I didn't have to break any bones. Suck them right out of there, like, what's that? What's that movie?
Legs, that's right.
Oh, man. No, like before Hawk Tui was, golf ball through a garden hose. Name that movie.
Oh, my God. What is that from?
Basketball.
Oh, gosh, that's right. Basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still saw somebody with that at the shop earlier today when I was seeing the Burrow boys when I went up there. Just checking on the shop. But, yeah, I mean, listen, there's only one way. It's just like Oreo cookies. You're going all in. You got to go all in. And back then when I was 255, 260 pounds, I 100% was all in. Now, my diet was obviously off, and I needed some guidance there. But I just figured eat big, sleep big, train big. It was all good, and it necessarily wasn't. So,
I mean, that's pretty amazing. Like, because you would do the full dunk of the Oreo. And if I remember,
full dunk of the wing, full dunk of the Oreo, full dunk of the wing, everything, all gas, no brakes, full throttle. It's been my life. It's like I don't have a life motto. It's just what I do.
Yeah, full submersion of your waffle / pancake.
Oh my gosh. Why? Why would you not? Like, if you're going to have condiments, just like ketchup and salsa, if you're going to have condiments out there, all in. You know what I mean?
Whatever you're eating is almost just a vehicle of the condiment, which is what's very impressive about you. But your Oreo technique, it always stuck with me as I watched you because you started using the tongs because your fingers would get so cold because he would take the Oreo bean, he would dunk it, crack it. Two at a time, crack them for maximum absorption, and then he would not displace them until there were no more bubbles coming up.
Yeah, that's right. Full milk saturation is what I called it.
Physics?
Yeah, it was sort of, I did go to the Air Force Academy for, the prep school and the academy. So 2.5 years at a really decorated academia, right? Educational center. Took a lot of aeronautical engineering, mechanics, junior level German, spreche die Deutsch, 9. Okay. But, then I went to salad tongs, which I was like, oh, this is great. 2 at a time. I can do an entire bag in half the time, right? I'm all about efficiency, especially when it comes to consuming calories, So, hey, just like that too. Hey, I want to tell you guys something. I did this just happened on my airplane flight back here in Columbus, Ohio.
Airplane ready? Airplane ready?
I was out. Listen, God bless these people who sat next to me on the flight up from Palm Beach, West Palm to Atlanta. I just come straight off of 95-degree heat, sitting there watching baseball. Had to go right to the airport. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" I'm just sitting over there in the driver's seat, just like literally putting baby wipes like down my pants. Like, listen, man, I feel bad for these people. I'm just trying to freshen up. You know what I mean? And but I get on there and I'm in the bathroom and I changed my underwear, and I had flip flops on. So then I went to socks and shoes because nobody wants to smell that or see that or whatever. And I showered too that morning, by the way, just to be fresh as much as I could be. And then I get in there and I'm just sandwiched between these two people. And I'm like,
Your middle seat?
Oh, yeah, middle seat. But I know you're supposed to put the bag underneath the seat in front of you. And I get that. And I'm definitely not a person that puts both of my bags up. Okay. So what I do is I just hide it under my legs. I was fortunate enough to I had a dude to my left and a young lady to my right. But I respect people's space, but I just sit there. And I don't know if the seats have gotten smaller or I've gotten bigger. I don't know what, but it was quite uncomfortable. And at least I had the Wi-Fi on the Delta, and I couldn't do work. I thought I was going to get on there and be able to do some work for the Armory because I'm going to do this thing, train like a Buckeye, buy a Buckeye, right? Like literally
ride a Buckeye.
Me and 20 other people, getting super bumpy at the Armory 3 days a week. I'm like full throttle. We're competing. We're training our faces off. I'm probably going to start it in 2 weeks on the 22nd is my thought. I don't know. Stay tuned to the social media where you get your content. But I'm going to launch that, and we're going to get bumpy, man. It's going to be like, Buckeyes go to camp, you're coming to Camp Schlegel at the Armory. If that's what you're about, you want about that life, you want to see if you got what it takes, then we're going to get super bumpy. So
that's scary.
I'm only taking 21 people. So I got 7 racks. So 3 to a rack, and me and Jay and Dean are going to attack and dominate. You guys are going to have a blast. It'll be super fun. You'll get maximized.
Will they get a back slap?
I mean, honestly, we have a waiver for the gym. I'm going to create a special waiver for this one. Now, again, I'm very good about where people are because I don't need everybody to come in shape to it. We're going to make sure that you get through it, but it's ultimately about maximizing you and understanding what it is and how we do what we do at the collegiate and professional level. So it'll be super fun. I'm talking everything, man. Speed, change in direction, plyometrics, super bumpy training. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Are we competing there? Are you kidding me? We're competing for sure against you and against somebody else. And we're going to have it on the board. And it's going to, again, you know me, guys. It'll be super fun, super juiced up environment. Look for that coming on the 22nd at the Armory. If that's something that you're about, you think that'd be cool, hit me up on social media or info@wearethearmory, and I'll get you all the information.
I love it, buddy. Always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for
having me. You're more than welcome to hop in, too. Oh, you'll be doing the show. You come after. You can come for the after class.
I'll come
just
for
you and me.
I'll come for the cool down.
You come for the cool down. The stretching. You come for the stretching and mobility work.
It'll probably kill me, too. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Can't wait to hear about it more next week. We'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, tag and dominate. Go Bucks, beat cancer.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us earlier on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Joe Burrow's got a pretty unique rehab going on with his wrist. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching some major traffic impacts on the north side of town. The ramp closure is still in place from 270 westbound to 315 southbound and 23 both north and southbound to 315. All of those ramps closed right now because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. This is expected to be the situation through the remainder of the morning. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. We save our customers tons of money and frustration by simply inspecting their sewer, water, and drain lines with our high-tech cameras before there's a problem. Check us out at CarpenterColumbus.com. That's CarpenterColumbus.com.
You're not going to want to miss this. Diamonds Direct Summer Sale starts next weekend. For 3 days only, next Friday through Sunday, get 20% off. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, and more. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. And designers are flying in from New York and LA to showcase their latest trends. That's 20% off, plus $100 off with an appointment and designer trunk shows. Tons of engagement rings on sale, too. 20% off starts next Friday. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is your exclusive in-person advance sale ticket outlet for the 2024 Ohio State Fair. Discount admission tickets are $8 at participating stores. Enjoy food, entertainment, animals, rides, and so much more at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Get advance sale tickets now through Tuesday, July 23rd. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Soak up the savings this summer from Family Dollar. It's never been easier. Just download the Family Dollar app, sign up for smart coupons, and see how you can save more than ever before. Enjoy smoking hot deals on cookout classics or get ready for outdoor fun with SPF for the whole family. Plus pool toys, decor, and so much more. Check out the app today and get ready to save with the Family Dollar Summer Savings Event. New offers drop every week. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all happening this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rodding party of the summer, and it's all going down this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guides.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy today. We'll have a lot of clouds along with a few late day showers. Highs in the middle to upper 80s. Today we get down to 70 with periods of rain and wind. And then heading into your Wednesday, we'll be looking at more rain and wind with a high of 82. I'm meteorologist Dylan Rubshod with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 8:35, Uncle Bowie's going to join the program as he does every single Tuesday with us. Before we get into Joe Burrow's rehab, let's do this.
Oh, boy. You hear the sound. You know what time it is. It's a Tuesday, which means it's a Threes Day. And the featured appetizer at Roosters, is going to be just $3 all day long. That featured appetizer today is, it is fried mushrooms. Crispy on the outside, gooey and delicious, chewy on the inside. They're fantastic. Get them with a side of ranch. Dip them in the spicy ranch to go bold. It is delicious, Beam. And now we're going to give you a chance to win a $50 gift card to Roosters. If you can answer this question.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Get the answer into Mark the Shark. You'll be walking away with a $50 gift card to our good friends over at Roosters. We had Ryan Hawk on for like 45 minutes. It was a great chat that we had, talking all things about his podcast, Bob, being an author, books. And I asked him about, staring at a blank page. Like Natasha Bedingfield.
That's what I was.
I know. I saw the look on your face. And how do you combat that? And he said this writing strategy, which you and I both looked at each other like, boy, that's psychotic.
It's a good chance Ted Kaczynski used to write like this.
that this is the writing strategy that he now employs, and it has to do with stopping where you're currently writing at. What is that strategy? 614-821-9710. Get that into Shark, and you're going to be walking away with a $50 gift card over there to Roosters. I mean, I heard it, and I'm like, that can't be real.
I would be uncomfortable. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
I don't think I would either.
It was wild.
I really do. G Money said on the YouTube chat, by the way, you can watch us on the YouTube machine. You can download the podcast a little bit later on around 9:05, anywhere you get your podcast at. You can listen on the live stream. You can also jump into the YouTube chat. G Money said a chapter title in Ryan's next book has to be "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take." Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, Ryan Hawk.
100%. Ryan might indulge that. He could probably employ a little satire in the book.
I think he could. I think he could definitely do that.
He's got 3 great books. I would assume all 3 are great. I've read Welcome to Management. I'm in the process of finishing up The Score That Matters. And then what was the third
The Pursuit of Excellence.
The Pursuit of Excellence, which I feel like that's the one that's right in my wheelhouse. So Ryan had a great time. I was texting with him. We'll have him back on at some point in the future. There's a lot of great podcast guests, and he's great on air. And he's got a lot of great stories about AJ too, and we barely scratched the surface on some
we didn't
of
even
those.
get into Kill Time, the Piranha video.
Oh, gosh.
We didn't talk about that.
Kill Time. Gosh, there's a bunch of other stuff that we can get into. All his childhood hijinks growing up.
Sure. Still being afraid of Coach Ullery.
There's an awesome video, like on the Centerville highlight video. Don't even ask me how I watched this. I think it was Ryan's either junior or senior year, and Ryan's prominently.
Because him and AJ played together.
Yes, they're 2 years apart, and Ryan's prominently featured. And I think AJ may have been, I don't know if he came off the sideline, but Ryan had a nice long run, and Ryan's got a little bit of a cocky streak to him. I think he kind of tossed the ball at the player as whoever made the tackle on him.
Mm-hmm.
The guy stands up to push Ryan. AJ comes flying into the screen
out of nowhere.
Number 34 to hit this dude, protect his brother. Oh yeah, there's a lot of great stories I'm sure that we can get into.
We'll get into that. I was going to say with AJ coming up on Friday, but he's not going to be here.
He'll be in Tahoe.
He's going to be in Tahoe. So I thought this to be pretty fascinating, Bob. I mean, we were talking about Joe Burrow and his idea to kind of do the double bye week in the NFL. We'll get into that here in a second. But Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow's 2023 season ended in November with an injured wrist. I mean, that looked awful, when it happened, and he couldn't really throw the football. And then, obviously, he was out for the rest of the year. But he told this to Complex. He said, I didn't even think this to be kind of a rehab opportunity, but Joe Burrow looked at it this way. He said, I'm learning to play the piano right now. Hopefully I can get pretty good at it by the next offseason. I guess it'll be pretty tough during the season, but it's actually helped my rehab for my wrist too. So that's something I've wanted to get good at. I've always wanted to learn how to play, but this was an opportune time for me to work on my hand and wrist dexterity while also learning that. So it was kind of the perfect storm. What a unique way to adapt a hobby and then also rehab something that forced you into missing the entire rest of the season.
Well, he had some free time on his hands.
Yep.
And wanted to learn to play. And I hated my mom for making me play growing up, but happy that I can do it now. And it helps work with the dexterity. And I'm sure this was something that did a great job, strengthening your hands and wrists. I don't play nearly as much as I used to. I would like to still play once a week, and that's a goal of mine, even if it's for 15 minutes. And when I play, I have noticeable, dexterity issues with my left hand. And so it fatigues much faster. And so I'm sure Joe, with his wrist, strengthening his hands, this is a positive thing. Like you said, learn a new hobby at the same time. Yeah. You know what, Joe? I think he said he wanted to learn something new every day, Beam.
He did, and he's learning to play piano in the meantime. So good for him. Congrats to Bob from Lewis Center. He's the winner of our $50 Roosters gift card. What is Ryan's writing strategy?
Said, because Beam asked him, how do you stare at the blank page and get everything going? He goes, well, someone once told me, don't ever finish a page. He goes, stop in the middle of a sentence.
Crazy. That's crazy.
And then you pick it up. How do you even know where that's going? Michael Scott starts a sentence sometimes with thought without even knowing how it's going to end. How could you possibly stop in the middle of a sentence? I understand stopping in the middle of a paragraph, stopping in the middle of a page. Stopping in the middle of a sentence
after a coherent thought
would give me anxiety.
Yeah.
I would not be able to sleep. I don't get anxiety about really many things. Not being able to finish that, just having it hanging out there, hanging around, undone, would be awful.
So Joe Burrow was also on Pardon My Take, which is a pretty good interview. I mean, he was with him for a half hour, 40 minutes. I watched a good portion of that yesterday. And the guys were talking about if the NFL goes to 18 games, how do you navigate a dual bye week? And I thought Joe Burrow had a pretty good answer on this. He suggests one of the buys should be around week 13 of the season. I mean, remember, too, we have 18 weeks now. If you add that extra game, then it would go to, 20 weeks? I mean, we'd go to a 20-week.
Well, you'd go to President's Day.
Yeah, so, I mean, we know it would go pretty long. And he said, so have a bye week for the entirety of the NFL. with Pro Bowl festivities that week similar to the NBA's All-Star weekend, and he believes it would boost ratings for the Pro Bowl that struggles in ratings. I don't think that's the worst idea ever. I don't know how you would navigate it with the Pro Bowl because you still have that bye week between Conference Championship week and then the Super Bowl. I don't know if you could get buy-in for the guys, but an entire bye week for the NFL at the same time, I think is a pretty darn good idea.
As long as you have content that you can jam in there, Beam. And so if you have something you can play, I think that'll be all right. If you can get the guys to participate in the Pro Bowl festivities, whatever those are, All-Star weekend, essentially. If you can get them to do that, then I think that's a win. You have to make sure you have guys with a buy-in, and people just don't want another week off, because that's the thing. Football is so demanding and grueling. There's guys who want to sit around and not do anything. And if guys are beat up, how does that look? I mean, what are you going to be asking them to do? There's just a lot of questions.
The best of rivals, the best of two leagues are going to meet again here this summer. 2 weeks' time in Columbus. Liga MX versus MLS. They all face off in the 2024 MLS All-Star starting Sunday, July 21st. After a weekend of soccer celebrations, MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T will come to Lower.com Field on Tuesday, July 23rd. That is 2 weeks away from today, featuring MLS All-Stars versus Liga MX All-Stars as they show off the best of their skills. And then the two teams will match up once more at the 2024 MLS All-Star Game, all presented by Target on Wednesday, July 24th. That is 15 days away from right now for the All-Star Game. For more information on tickets and events, you can visit mlssoccer.com/all-star. Uncle Beau, he's going to recap his 4th of July weekend with us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching some big closures on the north side of town. The ramp from 270 westbound to 315 southbound is shut down, and the ramps from 23 both north and southbound to 315 are closed. This is expected to be the situation throughout the remainder of the morning. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount! It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
It's a great feeling doing business means we're one of the highest rated nationally in customer service. We have one of the largest selections of Hondas, and we make service simple with car convenience and mobile service, all while serving Central Ohio for over 30 years. John Hinderer Honda, Route 79 in Heath, or HindererHonda.com. Open Sundays.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things that you love? Bone-on-bone pain in your knee, arthritic pain like I was having in my knee, maybe your hip, your back, your shoulder. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that you can get lasting relief from. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, led by Dr. Ray Tesner. I'm talking about cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Listen, my dad was having knee pain. I was having knee pain. So we went over to QC Kinetics, and they were able to help us out. And 2 years out, I'm still feeling good. My dad can still move around. So learn how QC Kinetics can treat pain and enhance your joints and restore your mobility and give you long-term lasting relief with no downtime. So check them out. Go to 380-208-4544 or head to one of their offices in Dublin, Gahanna, or now the new one that's most recently opened in Grove City.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Right now at Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down. And I mean everything. Top-tier equipment? Check. 24-hour access? You bet. Free fitness training? Always. Workouts in the free PF app? What'd I tell you? Even super friendly team members.
Hey, welcome to Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey. I was just mentioning you.
Hey.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th. See Home Club for details.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Be sure to keep thirst-quenching drinks on hand. Right now, Powerade or Body Armor Super Drinks are only 79 cents each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
The Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
367. But who is counting? Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Sharky 2 days away from his 64th birthday. Birthday celebrations just going to be crazy, over the top this year. Time to check with our favorite uncle.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Happy Tuesday, Unc. How was your 4th? Sounds great. Sounds like you had a great time.
It's really great. It's really great.
Everybody keep all their flange, their digits?
Yeah, everyone was good. So we had the club thing on the 3rd, and then the 4th we were up at the lake. And then it was just, Dad, can I sleep over at his house? Can I do this? I want to do this. I don't even know. I mean, the time passed. I guess I was there. I don't recall a whole lot of specifics, but it was a breeze. I am confused by what I don't understand what the laws in terms of firework lighting are in municipalities. I don't understand.
They're different every place.
Like, you can do whatever the hell you want. Is that what it is, Bob?
Well, the Ohio, you can do what you want within the state. It's up to each municipality to either choose what they want, I guess, and choose to enforce it.
I think that's the big key there. And choose to, which, by the way, they shouldn't. Like, it's good, but I think we're good now, right?
Yeah.
Like, by the time you get to the July 8th, like, we're probably good on it.
Oh, yeah. My window is always the kind of the 2nd to the 5th or 6th, like, depending on how the weekend hits. I give you a day or two on the front and on the back, and I'm a huge proponent of fireworks.
Love them.
But day or two front and back, and then I think we can box that up and put it away for the year.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, I think that's it. I think when you start stretching into last night, then at that point,
jail.
Yeah.
Cross the Rubicon, as it were. Yeah.
Saturday
jail,
night.
I'm for that.
Yeah, Saturday night's good. It's still the weekend. Everybody's fine. Sunday, still, if you're still keeping the party alive, I appreciate that. Good for you.
Yeah.
But by Monday night, Coach, I mean, I've been on pretty much just straight water the last 2 days trying to come out of this hole that I was in.
It was a lot. That's what I kept saying. I'm like, boy, so we had it was a fireworks thing every night, and it was at all the places that we go, and every single one involved copious amounts of alcohol.
Yeah. It's America.
I get to Sunday and I go, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, we just boozed.
I was in a brain fog. I was in a brain fog all day yesterday.
So was I, dude.
Yeah.
I had my show sucked. The synapses were not firing at all. Like at one point I'm going, what am I even talking about? I don't even know what am I leading with here? I had 7 leads. I was so just fogged out, man. It was brutal.
That's it's good. Well, let me ask you this. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I was like you. We followed up that weekend with a championship swim meet yesterday, and so I got back.
Nice.
Courts running around, picking the kids up from lacrosse. All I wanted to do was get in bed about 8:30, watch House of Dragon, and then just go to sleep. And when she wasn't back by 8:45, I said, you know what? Bump it. I'm punting on this. I'm not staying up till 10:30. I'm exhausted. I'm going to watch it on Tuesday, even though we're having Beau on.
It's a 55-minute runtime, though, so it wasn't like the hour 20.
Okay.
Well, so it wasn't that bad.
True. I didn't know that, but I'm going to ask you this, Beau, because I saw this. The Red Dragon in Gold is now the highest-rated series on IMDb. This is per Game of Thrones.
Wait a second. Like this episode was ranked higher than any like Thrones episode?
This was the highest of the House of Dragon.
Okay.
But it was fifth in the series behind Winds of Winter, Battle of the Bastards, Hard Home, and Reigns of Castamere. What are your thoughts on it?
Baylor's not on there, right? Where's the one where what's the one
That's the best scene in the whole show.
That's the one with Tyrion, right? Where he wins the battle and Tywin comes in at the end.
Battle of Blackwater?
No, that's Battle of Blackwater. Baylor's the one where
Cersei blows up the Sept.
Oh,
that's Sept. And what about the one where Ed gets it? Like, no.
That's Winds of Winter. That's Winds of Winter. When Ned gets when Ned's dead, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. by mixing Ned Stark and Zed and all of the things that cross over from both. That's a great job out of you.
Thank you.
There's a lot of things firing on that beam. I love you.
It's Tuesday. Now, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish that yesterday.
No, yesterday it's gone. You fumble it and it's gone. I just don't want to put too much. I'll tell you this. It was the first time watching this show that the character development allowed for the payoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes, I don't want to ruin it, but this is the first time that I was like, oh, like up until this, anytime anything happened, I was like, okay, I don't even know who this is. I don't know who these people are. I don't know why I care. We've had 6 different actors playing this character, nothing. But the one that I watched last night was the one where I was like, oh, and I mean, if you like dragons, buckle in. You know what I mean? Like buckle in. There's also, I don't think this will ruin anything either. I remember when in COVID, we watched like all the Avengers stuff, and I was asking the Justice League and Batman and all that stuff with the boys. And I was asked the boys, like, who's your favorite superhero? And NBC said Tony Stark with all the cars and the wealth and all that. And I said, that's pretty good. I get it. And Bootsy was like, I like Batman. Like, that's my guy. I'm like, I get it. That a little dark, but I get it. And then
a couple rich dudes though, big stuff.
Rich dudes. It's attainable. Beamsy goes Superman, and I said, "Well, why do you pick Superman?" Because I've always found Superman like the least interesting of all of the.
Just nothing. There's nothing for him to do.
Nothing there. What can he do? Like, he's impervious. He's faster. He's stronger. He's better. He's best. All of it. And Beamsy goes, "Well, nothing hurts him. He can do whatever he wants." And I'm like, "Well, that's probably the smart answer. Like, he really can." So the reason I tell you that is to get back to the question about House of Dragon. Once you introduce the dragons, what's the rest of it? Who cares about your houses and your armies and your nonsense? Like, come on,
9 of these suckers flying around.
There's a lot of them.
It's not just like 2 mini ones and the 3 ones when they grow up in Game of Thrones. They're all over the place.
They're all over the place. It's like, well, as soon as we introduce these guys into the fray, then Crispin, whatever the hell your name is, go to hell. Like, you're worthless. Get out of here. We can evaporate you in a second.
So this isn't a spoiler either. But when they showed Vagar last night, and which is, I mean, it's Aemon's dragon. Mary goes, "Where has he been? Just eating cattle or eating sheep?" I'm like, well, he's been beefing up for this.
He's been eating herds, and I'll tell you something else. They blew that I think they blew that in the first season about making a big enough deal about who that kid rode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like we knew that it was the dragon from the woman who Damon's ex-wife or wife who passed, but we had no idea like what that meant or the scope of him. They did not, in my opinion, they didn't do a good enough job of understanding that basically what he did is he rode an aircraft carrier. That's kind of what happened. And they didn't sell that, I didn't think, well enough at all. But yeah, it goes back to the original Thrones. Like, wait a second, Daenerys, you came across the sea with an army of eunuchs. You came over with an army of guys on horse and 3 dragons, and the best plan that you could come up with was to listen to Tyrion, who said, well, we got to get Cersei on our side or we have no chance. Why? Why would you need her? She's irrelevant. Vaporize. 3 dragons. Go. Crazy.
I still couldn't get over in the last scene of Thrones when they send the Dothraki out there into the dark against
all the torches go out,
and they're just gone. I'm like, well, there goes a third of their army. Like, this is going to be a long process.
100,000 people just evaporated in a second. Like, who came up?
And
with
now,
this
not only are they gone, they're actually enemies because then they rose them up.
Yeah, no, they butchered it so bad at the end, but no, it's good. I think you'll enjoy it. It's solid. The other thing that came to, and I don't know if this happened to you guys.
It's not fifth. It doesn't belong on that list. No, top 5. No, I don't think it was good. Thrones. It was good.
I found that I had like 10 people text me Sunday night, just the word dragons or something to that effect, and I went, well, this goes back to my old theory that Game of Thrones and sports you care about are the two things you can't DVR, or it'll get wrecked. And so maybe going forward here, I'm going to have to watch on Sunday night.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, it's almost a little bit, Bo, like the old mutually assured destruction. Like, as soon as you lean in on this, like, everybody knew there's going to be hell to pay for the rest of the world.
That's right. There was a little bit of that for sure. So,
Unc, always appreciate the time. Are you out of your brain fog today, or is it a multiple day thing?
I'm expecting like a B- performance out of me today.
Solid.
It's summer. I'm staring down the barrel of another trip to Chicago for lacrosse this weekend, and just trying to navigate 90 and 294 and try to make sense of why Chicago can't get their freeways sorted. And
are you in the city this time, or are you still?
I'm in Vernon Hills, which is northern suburbs. Like, I think it's like Highland Park-ish area. I don't really know it well. I've never been up there.
It's like Rothman territory.
I think it is AR territory, like Buffalo Grove, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Fisher's from Buffalo Grove. So, but there's no way to get there, because they can't figure out their freeways. They can't sort it out.
Why don't you go over to
a ferry across?
Over to Benton Harbor and ferry it across.
You say that, and maybe I should. So where do I catch that ferry?
Benton Harbor, right there in Benton Harbor.
North of Grand Rapids?
Yeah.
So I go up into Michigan and then over?
Yeah, it's north of Grand Rapids.
South of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, south of Grand Rapids, right.
I'm going to do the math on that. And because if it's close, that could be a play.
So traffic jams on the water, Bo. Outside of Maryland, outside of Baltimore.
Now, can I put the car on it? Can I put the car on the ferry there?
I would think so.
Is it like the one up in Lake Erie where you can put the car in the ferry? And
I would think that they would. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look into it because I don't know if I can do that again. You know how much it breaks your spirit when the Waze said you're in traffic for 1 hour.
1 hour.
Oh,
jeez.
May as well be a life sentence
on a Sunday, boys. On a Sunday at 3:30. Why? There's no one's going to work. What are we doing?
Everyone's just hanging out in traffic. It's a thing to do.
Awful.
Uncle, always appreciate the time. Have a great show today.
All right, boys. Take care.
There he goes. Uncle Beau with us every single Tuesday at this time. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Heading out the door, we are still watching a crash that has the ramp from 270 westbound to 315 southbound shut down. Additionally, the ramps from 23, both north and southbound, to 315 remain closed because of a crash investigation. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
You're not going to want to miss this. Diamonds Direct summer sale starts next weekend. For 3 days only, next Friday through Sunday, get 20% off. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, and more. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. And designers are flying in from New York and LA to showcase their latest trends. That's 20% off, plus $100 off with an appointment and designer trunk shows. Tons of engagement rings on sale, too. 20% off starts next Friday. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Soak up the savings this summer from Family Dollar. It's never been easier. Just download the Family Dollar app, sign up for smart coupons, and see how you can save more than ever before. Enjoy smoking hot deals on cookout classics or get ready for outdoor fun with SPF for the whole family. Plus pool toys, decor, and so much more. Check out the app today and get ready to save with the Family Dollar Summer Savings Event. New offers drop every week. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Know how. Know now. Be in the know now with the free 10 TV app.
News now. Weather now. Traffic right now. Alerts before you know and go. Breaking news, community events, your favorite teams, and their live scores. Anything you want to know now. Now you know how to know everything right now. And we love knowing you know. Stay in the know with the 10 TV app. Download it for free right now.
Hello, loyal listener. Make sure to spend your summer with the Fan. Are you going on a road trip? Don't suffer through the bad playlists and hillbilly radio stations. Download the Fan app and take us with you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hot deal days are here at Meijer. Get big offers all over the store July 7th through 13th. Save $170 on Element 65-inch 4K Zumo TV. Plus, get $50 off your next in-store purchase with coupon printed at checkout. Limit 2. Save $80 on a SodaStream art machine. And get 40% off select top hydration bottles and tumblers. These prices won't last long. Shop Hot Deal Days at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Come play Skyline 75th Coney Hunt game. Use your phone to search for virtual conies, tap to collect coins, and redeem them for exclusive Skyline merchandise at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time. Details at skylinechili.com/Coney Hunt.
Most businesses have one tagline.
How boring is that?
Which is why at Sunny Street Cafe, we've got 7.
Yes, please.
Like our number 6.
Sunny Street Cafe, the fancy pancake place.
Amazing fancy.
Now with 8 locations.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Ooh, what a dinger. Man, I miss our days playing ball, but ever since I turned 40, just thinking about taking a lap around the bases makes me tired.
You ever think lower testosterone is the issue?
What are you saying?
After 40, the body has less testosterone, impacting your drive. That's why guys like me take Nugenix Total T, to keep their energy up.
Nugenix really works for you?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I feel great. Getting up early for workouts. I'm focused, energized, getting things done at work, in the gym. I even feel more passionate in my relationship.
How do I give Nugenix a try?
Send them a text for a complimentary bottle.
Text CASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 321-321. That's CASH to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, mostly cloudy, high 89. We'll have plenty of clouds out there and even a few late day showers. Tonight, we get down to around 70, and then heading into your Wednesday, we'll be looking at the remnants of Hurricane Beryl moving into central Ohio. Could be looking at over an inch of rain. Temperatures will be on the cooler side with a high of 82. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here, Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon B. and Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys going to be up after we're done. Uncle Bo out of his brain fog, confirmed. It took me a while yesterday, too. It took me a while after that banger of a weekend.
Really?
Yeah, it took me a little bit of time.
That's what Sunday was rough for me. I did a lot of work, but I didn't partake in anything. And then
Sunday I was fine because I didn't have to wake up at 4 o'clock for the show.
I guess I had to go out and ride that chainsaw for another hour and a half and then drive up to Columbus after that and run around and get some stuff done. So, yeah, yesterday was a gauntlet, and today is going to be incredibly busy as well. So we'll see kind of how all that shakes out. But hopefully, I'm looking forward to watching Thrones tonight, having a little reprieve.
It's good. You'll like it.
I'm excited. I'm excited, B.
Yeah, it's a good hot D. You'll enjoy it. I would probably...
Hot D?
It's House of the Dragon.
Well, I know what it stands for.
It's probably the best one.
Just like I know what Hugh Jackson's foundation stands for.
It's probably the best one of the series so far.
That's what. That's the ratings are telling me that.
Just because of what Uncle Bo was just saying. It's like, and if you haven't watched it yet, again, there are like 10 dragons flying around. We know when we get to Game of Thrones how many how many Targaryens are left.
Yep.
So you know that something's going to happen with them.
Yeah, they don't all survive this game.
Yeah, like you kind of know where it's going.
This is what you would call pruning the family tree, if you will.
Yeah, and also too, like when they're introducing the Hightowers, I'm like, well, I don't even recall in Game of Thrones that house existing.
It doesn't.
So, like, that one
and
is
then
going
they
to
said they're going to go to Highgarden to talk to the Tyrells.
And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You got a Lannister who's sitting at the council.
Yeah, but the Tyrells were the Wardens of the South in Game of Thrones. And this, it is the Hightowers. So obviously, Beam, there was some sort of there was a transition from that.
I'm sure it was a democratic process.
Oh, absolutely. Smooth transition of power.
Yeah, for sure.
Ushering in one dynasty to another. Yeah, that always goes well in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it. But top 5 is crazy. I don't think it had to be top 5. Favorite scene was the Sept of Baelor, though, when they blow up when Cersei blows up the
When
Sept.
old boy, I'm sitting there and I'm looking and he steps away from the window. I tell Court he's jumping out. She goes, why? I go, they haven't changed the scene yet.
Yeah, when Tommen he's walked towards the window. Windows open and then just gone.
Unreal.
I feel like they're trying to do maybe a little bit too much with Alicent. Like they're trying to make her into a Cersei. I'm like, she doesn't possess the bad qualities which we loved about Cersei so much.
No, she's a good person, I think, inside. I hope they're trying to build some character complexity, Beam. You're not sure how to feel about people. That's when you know you'll love a show. There's some good, there's some bad. Like you go on, Reek, what's his name? Greyjoy, Theon.
Yeah, Theon.
Like your character arc on him, like love, hated, sad, redeemed at the, like it's all great. That's what they want to make you feel.
You feel something watching this episode. I think you're gonna like it.
People are imperfect.
Yeah, so hop back in the YouTube chat, which actually deals with our fan poll today at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Should the NFL have a midseason bye week where all the teams are idle, replaced by Pro Bowl activities? And DW says buys week 6 and 7, and then weeks 12 and 13, half of the teams participating. So we have games all year. That's not a bad idea as well. I like that. Like just do, if you're going to do it, like 4 bye weeks. But the problem is that inventory, Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, your primetime games, like your 4 o'clock games.
So that's what you go Thursday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So from the 8 games, now you're down to 5 over 2 blocks on Sunday.
1 and 4.
That's tough. They better be good.
They better be good. Or else I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I don't know how they fix this problem. I think it's a good idea by Joe. I really do. Yeah, I don't know.
A cup of Joe.
I'm not paid to be able to make those decisions, but if I was part of the NFL and saying we need to do something here, I just don't know, Bobby, how you could work it. Because when do bye weeks start in the NFL? Like week 4?
Yeah.
Week 5? I mean, they start early and they go all the way to like week 13. So if you want to have some chunk of weeks where it's more teams, but I do think that all teams or half the league having bye weeks wouldn't be the worst thing in the entire world. I can't wait. Can't wait to hear about your speech today.
Oh yeah, well, see how that goes.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's about branding and storytelling.
Okay.
So got some little input from Ryan Hawk, who was here. Great storyteller.
He was great today. By the way, if you missed Ryan Hawk, you can always go watch our show on YouTube after we're done, or you can fire up the podcast here in a few minutes' time. Sharky's going to put that together. It was really, really good stuff out of Ryan. And he does feel very different than AJ.
Oh, yeah, there's a different feel to him.
Very, very different. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow on a big Wednesday if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have a great day. Uncle Beau and the boys, they're up next. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. We'll talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, the ramps from 270 westbound to 315 southbound and 23 both north and southbound to 315 are closed entirely. This is because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. Expect to run into that if you're on the north side of town. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
The Cleveland Guardians look to bounce back today after getting shut out by the Tigers 1-0 yesterday. The AL Central lead is down to 5 games. Guardians are minus 150 on the money line with the first pitch at 6:40 today. The Reds shut out the Rockies 6-0 to start the series yesterday. Today they are minus 160 favorites on the money line over Colorado. Reds 10 games out of the NL Central. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes great pride in providing great customer experience and quality product to every job they do. From the first phone call to the end of your project, they'll know who you are. Don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself, or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Turn any picnic into a Schmitnick. Whether you order online, pick up at Schmidt's, or need catering, we bring the delicious flavors of our famous sausages to your celebrations. Why picnic when you can Schmitnick?
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself, or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
If you're looking for a new couch, you could cut down on expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Because you know you've had this couch for too long. Sure, you've had good times together, but a ripped-up cushion is not a fond memory. It's a sign. Notice how other people have couches with 2 armrests? Now that's living, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renter's and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new couch. Please, it's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided in service by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.